trying to. Okay. Can you?
Let's do the first.
But there's too many devices in front.
We can
Can you?
That's fine, actually. That's how it is.
Oh wait. You ready? Are you ready? Good. Okay. Wait, the lichess didn't go through. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Why is my lichess not there? How is everyone doing? I'm Women's Grandmaster Sabina Feuscher. I have together with me, wait, I need to fix this camera. Do you want to stay closer?
You want me to sit closer? Absolutely.
Okay, let's be in this. Like that
There
is
we go.
perfect. Like that is perfect. Okay. Sorry.
So much for testing the setup, right?
Well, I have together with me Carol Meyer. Welcome, Carol.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
I'm very excited that I'll be doing commentary for the 10th edition of the Cherry Blossom Open. And I just saw the the game starting and I was doing my setup and clearly I messed up everything because the board doesn't show up, so I need to redo it. But
Well, don't count on me to
don't
try
worry,
to cover it for you.
don't worry. It's getting fixed right away, hopefully. Hopefully it should be it should be working. But how are things at US Chess? What news do we have? I heard that we have passed over
Over 100,000 members,
members,
yeah,
which is
earlier this
amazing.
year. We've been holding that number, over 100,000. So we're really, really grateful for the support. And we just finished our spring scholastic season and had 3 successful events. And, now we're going into kind of the summer lull to do some planning and retool for the next year, which starts really with our US Open in late July and early August.
I saw how amazing the tournament was because I was actually there and doing commentary for the last the elementary championship in Baltimore, and
There was a lot of energy there.
I thought we overpassed the numbers from previous years, but apparently it wasn't.
Correct. So we had to cap the high school because of constraints on space at the facility where the event was. The middle school was a pretty typical year. I think there were about 1,300, almost 1,300 players. And then the elementary had over 2,100 players, which, coming out of COVID, we think our youngest players are the ones who were most impacted. Lots of, we had a couple of years where kids didn't start chess, and that impacted us at the elementary level. And I think we'll continue to see that for probably another few years, but 2,100 plus players is still an amazing showing.
Yeah, that's amazing. I was really impressed with the play of the kids too. I think it's really nice to see a lot of the players train with their coaches and then come into these events, even if their rating is not high. I always talked about how important it is to just try to play a good game and be ready for the event.
Did you have any players?
I did have 2 players that played in the event. One of them actually 3. I had 3. One of them is rated around a little bit less than 1,400 and beat the 1,700. So that was a pretty big
It was because
surprise.
of you, no doubt, right?
I hope so, but it's always, of course, the coach is guiding the players quite a lot, the kids especially, but then it's important to see the kids really wanting to work and get better. And it's important to have fun, of course, but just if you like the game, you have to put time into it. So what brings you here in DC?
So I've been here for a series of meetings this week, and Anand had invited me to come to this instance of the Cherry Blossom Festival, the 10th, right? And here there's a great open section this year. I guess the highest rated ever, and just happy to be here. It's relatively easy for me to get to DC from where I live, and so always happy to come visit. Appreciate the invitation.
It's great to have you here. I was very excited that I got to see you. You and I live pretty close, relatively
20
close
minutes.
to each other, but we get to see each other more in other places, which is interesting.
It's totally true.
So, yeah, but and I wanted to ask you something, and I totally forgot about it. Oh, so at the start of the event, I know Anand has asked you to make the introduction, the first move in some of the games, and you mentioned that it was funny that one of the players said that you could play anything, but you didn't want to take him up on it.
That's correct. He ultimately told me what his first move was, and he really didn't want me moving his first pawn there.
Okay. I was thinking you might play some just for fun, just play some random move just to kind of confuse their opponents, but they would always take it back.
I'll consult with you next time.
Okay. What was I'm sure you have done the first move in the past. What was the most exciting or maybe the strangest thing that someone did? Or
I don't think
Was
there's
it? No?
been anything
They
anything strange. They all seem to open it with the same move. I think the strangest thing I ever had happened to me was ringing the bell at the St. Louis Chess Club.
Okay.
You know, at the start of the round,
Yes.
and the clapper didn't move. So
Oh,
I had
okay.
to like really put some muscle behind it, and then it was way too loud.
I
So
see. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I thought with the moves, maybe you surprise someone with the move, although they told you something just to play a joke on them. But
well, with your guidance, I might try that
okay,
in the
let's
future.
let's try it in the future.
On your game.
Sure. Actually, sometimes when I stream and I play, a lot of the people in the chat are usually asking me about just playing some like side moves with the pawns, which tend to not be good moves, and I do it just for fun, and sometimes I actually end up winning. So, but just sometimes, so I don't recommend to to make those moves in general. But what else?
I think you should bring Anand on.
Bring Anand. Well, I want to thank you for taking a few minutes of your time to be
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely.
I don't think I've ever done an interview, so this is a little bit. I'm a little bit nervous. Besides, I do know you, so
Well, we're just talking.
we're just
Right.
chatting. But
Great
it
to
was
see
great to
you.
have you. Thank you
Yeah,
so much
thank
for being
you.
here.
Anand, you're in the hot seat now.
Okay, so we're getting the organizer of the Cherry Blossom event, and maybe now that he's here, we're gonna figure out how to fix the camera because I didn't do a good job. I just realized that I didn't do a good job with it.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's not too far. Are you sure?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I think okay.
Okay. See?
Hello, everybody.
You're
Thanks
there.
for joining the channel. Hope Sabina will do a great job. She'll be here 6 days, and this is the first time we're doing an on-site streaming, and we're hoping to get some players also to do a post-game analysis, and I hope it'll be a great tournament. I know Sabina played in this tournament a few years back.
I did. Yes.
She likes to play too.
I almost scored a Norm, but then I
Yeah.
lost against a lower
were
rated
very close,
player.
yeah.
I was close.
But now she says it's too strong for her to play.
Yeah, I'm not doing so great anymore these days, so I'm taking a short break. But don't you worry, I will be back, and this will be one of the tournaments I'll certainly consider to come back to. But this is the 10th edition. I know I've created some comments for the people who are here so they can follow the games live and check the standings and everything. And I know you started organizing the tournament.
I think I didn't start this. I was not the main founder for this. There was one guy called Jonathan Kenny. His idea was to run this tournament during the Cherry Blossom, which is usually in April. The first week of April is when the Cherry Blossom happens. But his idea was to run this tournament during that week, but during the first or the second week of April. But it happens that always we have this the nationals, and we have this Virginia State Scholastics happening during March, and the nationals, and it was not a good time to schedule this tournament. So it always got pushed towards May, because February, March was too early, because it is, Cherry Blossoms wasn't there by then. So we thought, okay, we'll just do it after the Cherry Blossoms happen, and somehow it got pushed to the Memorial Day weekend. It happened, I think the 4th edition.
I think I wrote it down because you told me last
Yeah.
year, so I had this command prepared. I think, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So this,
yeah, but you used to have it just Thursday, but now you've added
we added
an
it
extra
since
day.
last year. Yeah, we added it since Thursday. So now it's a 6-day event. So there are not many events in US which has a 6-day schedule. So just for the open section, there'll be a 6-day schedule. There'll be 3 rounds each day on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they play 2 rounds on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I just want to try the schedule out this year to see how it goes. I'll get feedback from the players, and if it works out, I'll probably keep continuing this, because there's not many events in US which follow a 6-day schedule. It's mostly a 5-day schedule.
Yeah, I think this is really nice that it is like this, because the players do get a little bit more time to prepare for their rounds. What is your policy about posting the pairings for the next rounds?
So for tomorrow, it'll still be an hour before, because it's possible that there might be players who are registering with a half a point buy, because the regular schedule for the other sections. The 5-day schedule for all the other sections starts tomorrow. So it's likely that there might be players who might be entering tomorrow with a half point bye for the first round. So for tomorrow, it's going to be 1 hour before the round starts, which will be at 6 p.m. Eastern. So after round 2, we'll post the pairings as soon as the results are posted for that round. So basically, it means for the round 3, which is at 7 o'clock on Friday night, we'll post the pairings Thursday night. So
Nice.
because the buys deadline has passed, so they can't take any more buys. This is usually I've been doing this for the Cherry Blossom since last year. Once this tournament starts, there are no requests for buys anymore. We'll post the pairings as soon as the results for the previous rounds are done.
Sounds good. So we'll know what kind of games to expect for. And I also enjoy the fact that in your tournament, you always have all the games live.
Not all the
Like,
games, yeah. but most-
the open
at
tournament,
least the open section, yes.
the open section is all live, which is quite amazing. How because not many tournaments do this in the U.S. So besides, of course, those a lot has been done in St. Louis, but how did you decide to do this? Like, what was your inspiration for this? Or
Basically, it's the live boards. Right now we have 28 live boards. In the past, it started off with 8 boards, and then slowly over a period of 6-7 years, we've been accumulating boards, and I have staff locally who helps me run the DGTs. But for the Cherry Blossom, it's pretty much we use the entire 28 boards that I have, and it has gotten good feedback. So this tournament specifically, the entire open section is going to be live. We have 49 players, so we'll be covering each and every game from the open section. That's 24 boards, and the other few boards that will be covered will be from the 2300 section, which starts tomorrow evening.
I did not count the players yet. Do you have already a number of the amount of title players in the open section? The Grandmasters.
I think we have about 7 Grandmasters
Grandmasters.
and 12 International Masters.
That's very impressive.
And about 13 federations. So.
Well, I'm very excited to be here and on live on location and do commentary for this tournament. If a lot of the players might be a little bit shy to join, but I was told you told me that you're going to try to get them to come here. So
I have already talked to a few players.
Nice.
Alex Onistek is here and his wife is playing as well. I just got news today that there's likely that the Ukrainian ambassador might show up this weekend.
That would be
so
impressive.
that they have invited, I don't know if it's a him or a her, but they might be showing up sometime this weekend. I don't know which round, because they are planning to prepare an article because she's playing here.
Natalia Zhukova is playing.
Right.
And she's a grandmaster, has played many times for the Ukrainian Olympic team, and I think she's also she's been involved in politics in Ukraine and raising money for Ukraine. So hopefully we'll get Alex Onishuk here with us and talk a little bit about it. Maybe Natasha or Natalia. I'm not sure. I have to ask her how she prefers me to call her. Did you ask her?
No, I didn't ask her, but
okay.
I asked Nisnik and Wasif Durarbaili. So they were both fine with it. So I think Michelle Katrina is is she a WIM?
She's WIM.
Yeah, she said she might be interested. Onishek said he might be interested, but Magesh Panchanathan, who lives also in North Carolina, he said he'll be here between Friday and Monday, so he might join Sabina for a few rounds. And we have a local GM, Rashad Babaye, so he might show up for a few rounds.
That would be great. Anyone is welcome. It's much nicer and easier to do commentary when there's someone else too there. But I will try my best to cover as many games as possible, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of interesting games. So hopefully There'll be a lot to learn, and people who are watching the stream will come up with questions also for the potential guests. I didn't tell them who they are, but you just you just told them. So now no more surprises, but hopefully
Sure.
it'll be
Okay.
good.
Thank you, Sabina. Appreciate it.
Well,
Yes,
thanks for
okay.
being here. I'm gonna work out that work to figure out how
Sure.
the camera will work better, but thank you. All right, guys, I'm back. I just realized that there's a small little issue here that I have to fix with the camera. I thought I had fixed it, but clearly I did not, and you definitely don't want to see two Sabinas here. So, how's everyone doing? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for subscribing. I think we had a subscription. Dirke, thank you so much for gifting us up to ZBGS. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you clearly don't want to see two of me. That's too much. Can someone help me figure out how to set up that camera that actually looks good? Because right now it was not. Okay. I wish it had a zoom. Oh my goodness. Is this a zoom? Oh, there was a zoom. I'm so silly, guys. I'm very silly. Anyways, great to see you all here. Paspon, how are you doing? This is gonna be a fun weekend. Weekend. Okay, let's stop the second device. As we're waiting for someone else to join, but I figured out how to do it, so hopefully I'll be able to add something up there and you guys will, yeah. Anyways, how's everyone doing tonight? Are you excited about this tournament? I'm very excited because it has been a while since I've done commentary, like 5 days, and that is a while. Without further ado, let us get started with the event. So on board 1, we have Ilya Nizhnik playing against Iskandar Aripov. And by the way, I have this command on my chat if you guys want to check it out. You can always copy the name of a player if you want to figure out what their rating is. And then you can put it in the chat as follows. Oops. It would have been nice if I copied the name right. But I didn't. Now I did. And then all you have to do is type it in the chat like this. And you can find out the rating of that specific player. So just so you know about this option. Okay, so let's catch up with the games, because that's why we're here, to do commentary for the games, not to keep talking. But it was really wonderful to have Carol Meyer joining us today, and Anand, who's been organizing this event for a while. And yeah, if any one of you who is here has someone who plays in the event or someone they want me to go over their game, I will try my best. I will try to avoid using the engine, by the way. That's something I like to not to do when I'm streaming. If I do use it, I will let you guys know. So we had a Nims, Catalan, more like, started as a maybe Nimzo Indian, but then white didn't play the move knight to c3, right? So Nizhnik went for g3. These pieces got traded off the board, and bishop to g2. Okay. So I used to play these kind of systems with black, or at least I tried them a couple of times, and then the whole point tends to be that you go knight d7 and then try to go e5. But those situations work really, really well when there's no bishop in g2, when this bishop is actually placed in d3. No, it's more like a Catalan style, right? Because he did play g3 and black didn't get b6. I don't think you call it Bogo. I think Bogo is... I know I have struggled with the names in the past and you guys caught me, but black didn't play, like, did not play anything with b6. So I think it's more like resemblant in a way of somehow Catalan, but black traded that bishop. I mean, you can call it however you want, but if you prefer Bogo, I'll call it Bogo, especially for you. Paspon. All right, e4, e5. And now knight g2, e2. This is an interesting approach by white. So he does not want to go d5 too soon, because if he does, he will allow the knight to come to d4. And now if you try to trade it, there are situations where black actually plays c5 to support the knight there, and then an en passant, of course, doesn't necessarily help. And now this pawn in d6 is certainly going to be weak. But black has the southpaws. So there are pluses and minuses for this. Also, white's bishop is kind of restricted. So Nishnik went for knight e2, bishop g4. Nice in between move. And b3. What do you guys think about this position? I know what I think. I definitely like white. You may ask me, why is it that you like the white pieces? Well, I think it's quite obvious. The reason I like it is because white has more space. And if you know me, you know my style, then you know I love my space. I love my space quite a lot. Give me some space and then I'll be happy. So I think despite the fact that this bishop is restricted for now, this is not a stable pawn structure. So white can anytime start marching these pawns forward, but they're not in a rush to do so. So most likely Ilya will finish his development, castle, most likely place his rooks on central files, and eventually he'll start marching. I have a feeling that he's going to build up some attack on the king side, but that remains to be seen. All right, let's try to catch up with some of the other players. I'll take the games in the order in which they're set up, but if anyone is here that they have a specific game that you want me to go through, please do not hesitate to let me know. Sorry, I just wanted to test one little thing that doesn't show up here on Lichess, which is a little bit annoying. So I need to make sure it does show up. I need to make a fast to send a fast text. Let's hope it's gonna work. So let's see. Oh, board 2. Ooh, I actually know the player with the white pieces. I'm pretty sure I played him a few years back in this same event. Sudarshan Srinayer. I'm pretty sure he was a little bit lower rated at the time that I played him, but let's see where he is now. And again, this is a great command that one of my followers has been able to do with his Skaki bot. All right, so Sudarshan has increased a lot in his rating. He's 2211. I remember when I played him, he was around 1800. It was a few years back. So that's quite impressive. Okay. Nimzo. Everyone is playing the Nimzo these days. Actually, this is an interesting move order. Now, Vasif has gone for a position where white has an isolated pawn in d4. G6. I love this setup. So most of the time, people don't block the pawn because they want to immediately put pressure. But if you don't block it, white has these ideas of getting rid of the isolated pawn by pushing d5. But in this situation, g6, and now the bishop is going to be able to retreat there. From there, puts pressure, and there's going to be a little bit... and black's king will be totally safe because usually white has typical ideas to attack. The knight, however, in e2 is not very well placed. So Vasif is probably feeling comfortable in this position because there's no like direct attack or anything like that. So I would say this position is quite balanced. I'm anticipating some bishop h6 here. Bishop g7 potentially is a move that black can attempt to do, because trading minors is good for black, considering that they want to put pressure on the isolated pawn. But rook e8 is an option as well, of course. And then with white, white's plans are typically surrounding black's king. So we might see ideas like queen here, maybe getting in this rook. This knight is quite unpleasant, but I would certainly anticipate ideas like this. And then if white manages to somehow push the h-pawn, obviously h4, h5 would be a great thing that white would love to do. We're still out of the opening, which is nice. Just lover, hi, how are you doing? And welcome everyone. Thank you again, Renga, for the raid. Sorry, it was kind of fast. That was the only moment that I got the chance to interview Carol Myers, so I didn't want to. Yes, I'm on site. I'm on site. And I'm actually surprised that Lichess has not put my name. I'm hoping that they will add my name to the streaming page. You're going there. Oh, awesome. Well, you should definitely come by and say hi. You're welcome. Are you gonna play in the tournament? You're welcome to join the stream too if you'd like to. The only bad thing about this location is that these chairs are too tall for me. I need to bring my own chair. I'm gonna request, you know how they request? Like, you know how they request chairs at World Championship? Bina is gonna be that kind of person. You know what? Okay, my name will be added, so that's good. You know what? I need like a special request chair. No, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, these chairs are a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe I shouldn't say that on stream. May I get a picture with you? Of course, of course. They might play in the Scholastic. They should definitely play in the Scholastic. And you're welcome to join the stream too if you want to say hi. You know, some people, they like to do that. You don't have to if you don't want to. But yeah, sure. Be sure to let me know where you are, and we can definitely take a picture. This position is actually played between Grandmaster Mikhail Antipov and Bijan Tamasevi. Actually, I know Bijan. I used to work with, well, I only worked with him for a little bit of time when he was younger. Now I think he's much higher than me, rated, I mean. Let's check out his rating. But I know he's improved a lot. Elshan was working with him for quite some time, and he's improved quite a lot. 2200. That's good. That's very good. So he's crossed 2200. That's really nice. And he might play some. He might play. I saw him preparing actually before the round. Now that I'm here on location, I can certainly see some of the players, you know, and I can certainly see them, and I can sorry. I can tell you what is going on around here, you know, when I get the chance. Oh, so you're not gonna play? You can try. Maybe you can try the Blitz. I think they have a Blitz tournament on Saturday night. Maybe I'll try to play in that myself. We'll see. But anyways, so d takes c4 here. Oh, you play the Blitz. Sounds good. Sounds good. So we finally have a QGD. That, for those of you who don't know, Queen's Gambit declined. And accepted, sorry, QGD. Oh my God, Sabina, which planet are you from? QGD, and then it was QGA. It went from a QGD because, you know, it didn't really, it just, whenever black played d5, he took. So, e4. You know, I've played these variations quite a lot, and I can't say exactly what I prefer, e3 or e4. I feel that sometimes e4 overextends a little bit for white because you don't have the opportunity to go back and protect d4, which is typically something that black ends up attacking with c5 or e5, most likely c5. So I can't pinpoint like which one is really the best, e3 or e4. I mean, I think e4 is kind of good, but hi, would you like to come? Sure.
You want to introduce him?
Yeah, you wanna come? Okay, we got a new guest, and would you like to? No, you don't. You don't. No.
It's feeling shy.
Okay. Special guest, one of the arbiters
She's from Uruguay.
from Uruguay that we met in Uruguay. Miss Sabrina, or should I just call you Sabrina? I don't know. Sabrina, Sabina.
Almost the same.
Yeah. How are you doing? It's great to see you again after how many years?
I think 5 or
5
6?
years. 2018 maybe? 2018, long
Yeah.
time. You are now working for FIDE. You are in part of one of the commissions, right? Or-
Yes, I'm chairperson of the qualification commission.
Okay, for the World Championships.
No,
Or for
for the titles of the
Ah,
players.
okay, okay.
Qualification Commission.
Yeah. Okay, so we are hoping that we'll see some norms in this tournament, right? Is this this is your first time? Anand was saying at the introduction of the round that this is your first time at Cherry Blossom.
First time in US.
My
Or first time in the
yes,
US
in
too?
the US.
Okay, cool, welcome. Great to
you.
have you here. How do you like it so far?
No, so far everything's good.
Everything's good.
Because Anand invited me about 4 years ago,
Before pandemic.
before pandemic, yes.
Okay,
I
just
have all my tickets, but
We canceled because it was pre-pandemic. I invited her. She bought all the tickets.
oh, and then you had to cancel them. And
yeah,
did you get your money back? I hope you did.
Yeah.
Okay, at least that, you know.
not my money, but I bought another ticket.
Yeah,
It's the same.
yeah. So you got. Did you come by yourself here or
Well, with my husband.
with your husband who's playing? Right.
Yes, exactly.
I did play your husband in Uruguay, didn't I?
I don't remember, but
Okay.
you say.
I think I did play him. He's
Yeah.
international master,
Yes,
right?
he was
yeah.
playing
Yeah,
continental.
yeah. I believe I did play against him. We drew, so it's good. If he would like to join at some point the commentary, talk about his game, he's welcome. I would love to have.
Yes, but he speaks only a
That's it.
few.
Okay, we can try. We can try some Spanish. Maybe I can practice.
Do you
Some.
speak Spanish?
I speak Spanish, yeah, but I'm very shy because I haven't spoken in a long time. So
No, we can try. You
yeah,
can try.
I can try. What else can I ask you? Is this your first time on a stream?
Yes.
Well, guys, hopefully just be welcoming, please.
Well, I can say that I'm coming from the Continental Championship
Okay.
in Dominican Republic.
How many players, US players qualified? I noticed that there were a few Americans who finished in top. I don't know if
Yes.
you.
I don't remember, but one is here.
Chairman is playing. and he
Yes,
qualified
okay.
for the
Joshua Sterman,
He
yeah,
qualified. Yeah.
that's in person.
And another two. The champion was
And he got it on too.
champion was
He got the norm? Okay.
yes, he got a grandmaster.
A GM,
Yeah. Yeah.
Second.
Second.
Okay.
Hopefully we got one here.
Okay, yeah.
No, I
That would
mean
be great.
the champion was an Uruguayan player, but it was just coincidence.
Ah, yeah, Georg Meyer, right? He
Yeah.
won. Yeah, yeah.
He's from
Yes, yes.
Germany, but now is playing
Yeah.
under.
But someone told me he actually was born in. Was he
No.
born? No.
His mother
His mother is
from Uruguay. Yeah.
I love the food in Uruguay. When I was there,
Ah.
I really enjoyed the food. How do you feel the food in Uruguay compares to the one here? Did you get the chance to try
Well,
anything?
No, I
No?
just arrived about
You just
3
arrived?
hours ago.
Oh, 3 hours
so-
ago. Okay, I
Didn't
thought
have
maybe you
time.
came for a couple of days to get used to the. Okay, yeah, you're right. It just finished. So,
Yes, I will
Um, what else can I? About the titles, okay, did FIDE make any changes regarding titles since I know there used to be people could make their norms in tournaments, and I think now they changed one of the rules, and you can.
Yes. Now, if you make 3 norms, all of them from round robins,
Mhm.
that is not useful.
That doesn't count.
You need at least one from a Swiss or maybe from national championship,
Okay.
the main championship from your
Yes.
country, or Olympia or something like that. But
Mhm.
you need only 2 round robins,
Mhm.
and the other one needs to be more important.
And I'll ask you for myself now because I do have 2 IM norms, but they're for a really long time ago. Do they still count?
Yes,
do,
sure.
do they have a and would you be the person to talk to about like, you know, my norms don't show up on the FIDE website? Should I contact the organizers about it, or
Your federation can send me.
well, I made the norms when I was playing for Romania, and I made the norms in France, so I probably the French Federation, right? Probably should contact.
Yes.
Since I caught you here, might as well just ask you.
Okay, but you can contact chief arbiter.
From the tournament. And okay, what else?
Anyway, it's not useful if they are there. It doesn't mean anything. Because
Anyways,
nobody
you have to
checks.
you have to verify, and the rating.
Yeah.
Did the rating change? The rating, the performances? No, the
no,
performances
that
are
is
still the same.
from long time ago.
2400 for 2401 for WGM and 2451 for IM norm.
24, 15,
51. 50, oh, okay. They told me it has to be like more than 50 in the
No,
past,
no,
or
no.
maybe it changed.
No, 50 is enough.
I was surprised with having you as a guest, so I don't have any questions.
Me too, because Anna said, I will show you the room.
Okay.
But you were here.
Yeah. What is the next tournament that you're going to be an arbiter for?
The next, it will
Do
be
you have-
in El Salvador.
Okay.
It will be next month.
Okay.
It will be rapid, some Olympic Games.
Nice. Do you travel? When did you become a? What was your inspiration to become an arbiter? Since I got you here, if you don't mind me asking, may I? I don't.
Well, I should tell you the truth.
Okay, sure.
I was a chess player,
Okay.
but I was very bad.
Okay. I mean,
So, as an arbiter, I can manage. Let's say I can be. Let's say it's easier.
Mhm.
At least for me.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe for you, no. But
Well, I have had some difficult times as a chess player myself lately. I used to be close to 2400 when I was 18, 19, and now I'm below 2200. So that's been
so
a
you
pretty
are
big.
thinking about being an arbiter.
No, actually, that's not. I'm part of the. I'm a counselor in the events committee, in the FIDE events committee. So we talk about the different, like for seniors, world championships and junior world championships. So that is something that I do. But mostly, I've been doing streaming and creating content and teaching chess for now. But people have told me to consider being an arbiter as well. That's, I guess, the only thing that I didn't think of doing. It's not that easy. I know people say, oh, arbiter, it's easy, but I think you do need to study the regulations. You have to be really good and you have to be firm in your decision, right? And
And some people feel that it's boring, like.
or boring,
Like,
yeah.
what are you doing 4 hours sitting there or standing there doing nothing? They think that we are
Yeah.
doing nothing, but we are doing
Of course.
something.
I mean, I know that you are, and I think it's always nice to be thankful for the arbiters because, you know, you are making sure that the events are running smoothly and there's no like issues with
No
with the cheating and,
but at least we try.
yeah. I mean, sometimes people manage to kind of go behind, I guess, but yeah, let's hope those things don't happen in the future because it's just not the way that it should be. Have you, if you don't mind me asking, as an arbiter, have you ever caught someone cheating, or have you been?
No, because
No?
I think we work a lot on prevention.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to have metal detectors
Mhm.
and let's say take care of the playing venue, a place to leave cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
That's a good way for. So you're
also
part
we,
of.
we send PGM files to Kenneth Rian
Mm-hmm.
in the tournaments, so he checks and sometimes he says, "Oh, take a look to that player that
Yes.
he's playing very well," but just in case. So far, it was everything like nothing happened. It was just the players
Nothing.
improving.
Yeah. Do you feel that the anti-cheating system has improved a lot lately? Because you've been working as an arbiter. For how many years have you been?
No,
Is it
10.
10 years?
Yeah.
Do you feel that it's improved? It's really improved over time to
Yeah, we
avoid.
need to improve because players are improving.
That's true. That's
So
true.
we need to be at the same level, let's say.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying in the chat that it's important to pay more attention to the anti-cheat, like, to have anti-cheating measures in place. I haven't asked Anand, or maybe I can ask you, is there any like, what are the penalties, and do you have any measures that you are taking?
Yeah, we don't have any we were just discussing with Sabrina, so I was planning on getting something for this tournament, those metal detectors, but I didn't have enough time
Mm-hmm.
because we had 2 nationals I was working on.
Yes, I know.
So March and April was just crazy because I was one of the nationals. I was the chief TTA for the elementary nationals.
Elementary.
And then the floor chief, I was the for the grade nationals. I was the floor chief. That just drained away a lot of my time.
Yeah.
And then this tournament was.
But
there.
it's someone
So-
is caught with if someone is caught with a device in this tournament,
It
it's
will
gonna
a
be
game loss. It
elimination.
will be an immediate
Oh.
game loss. Not an elimination from the tournament. The
Okay.
first offense is a game loss.
Okay.
The second offense will be elimination.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends because if we find him with a position.
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah,
kind of-
then-
It could be elimination from the tournament.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It depends on, yeah.
Yeah, let's hope those things don't
But-
happen. I mean, it's
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely going to be getting those metal detectors. Because I also won the bid for the North American Junior, which is going to be happening in December.
okay.
That's
North American
under
Junior
20.
here.
Yeah, it's happening here, and definitely by that tournament I'll get more measures in place.
Sounds good.
But I really thank Sabrina because it's a
Yeah.
4-year effort. I was trying to bring her in pre-pandemic, and she made it. So I've known her for more than 7 years since my daughter started playing
Playing
Pan
chess.
American,
Yeah.
which was
She's been, yeah. I met her one time, like I said, but maybe I must have seen at some other tournaments potentially. How many countries have you visited so far? That's always a nice question. Do you have a number count? No?
I'm not counting.
Okay. I started counting at some point because I thought they add up, and oftentimes people ask me. If you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to ask while we're still having Miss Sabrina here. Nobody had any questions. They were just saying that it's important to have anti-cheating
Yes, for
measures.
American Continental, we have an arbiter only for anti-cheating, checking everything, the
Yes.
toilets and also the smoking area,
Mm-hmm.
that places that were very.
Yeah, and you have the metal detector
Yes.
things.
That's
Yeah.
a big culture change because in the US we don't have that events, but it's coming up now. I think,
Yes.
we
I don't
have
know
to have
why,
an important
because
fair play. I think like a fair play. There's a fair play committee that that's being discussed.
Mm-hmm.
We have to have those measures in place in US at some point. To have a dedicated arbiter who is dealing with anti-cheating measures. Because that question came up today from Grandmaster Natalia.
Mm-hmm.
So that what anti-cheating measures are
Mhm.
in place here. So
Yeah.
it's definitely something to look into.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to avoid cheating. I think lately it's
Right.
just
We are definitely having those 10 minutes streaming delay, but still that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It'll, to some extent it helps, but not really. The device this should be taken care of, in the playing hall. But to some extent, I think by having the 10-minute delay in the streaming, that might help a little bit.
Yes, also we should take care that the players don't go outside
Right.
the playing venue. They no
Yes.
go to their room. for
Yeah,
example.
to their room
Right.
because it's a hotel, so it's very easy to get to
and
the yeah.
We need to pay
Yeah.
attention.
To pay attention to where they're going. Someone was asking, I don't know if this is a question, maybe you can ask. He said he played 2 or 3 FIDE rated games in 2015, and if those games will still count when he gets a FIDE rating, if he will get,
No,
you know,
no.
they don't count. They have to be
Only 2 years back.
2 years ago,
Nothing.
2 years back. Okay.
He needs
So-
to start again.
Yeah, actually, he was saying he will come with his daughters. Here might play the Blitz, so we'll get him to to play some more.
But
And-
now it's easier because only 5 games and you will have a rate.
Yeah, it's
In
easy.
the past it was 9. You need 9.
Yeah, and I remember the ratings were much higher. I had to be 2,000 in order to be able to stay in the FIDE rating list. Otherwise, I would go down. And at some point, they actually made a mistake with my rating because I used to play in France a lot. So there were 2 Sabina Feuchers. One was with FIDE rated from France, one with Romania. So I was winning on one of them ratings and I was losing on the other. Finally, they fixed it, and luckily, I didn't get off the list. I was still in the list. One other question was if you where was the best food or snacks provided to you when you were traveling? Like, I'm not sure I'm reading the question right, but was there a place where you enjoyed their food the most, like from the countries that you visited?
Well, I love the food from Spain.
From Spain. Okay, Spain is
That's
like
the best.
okay. I mean, it's not similar to, because in Uruguay you usually eat a lot of meat, right? So
Yeah,
it's in Spain it's more like
but I love
Fish or-
octopus, for example. And
yeah, tapas
that
and
kind of
yeah,
thing. That we don't we have, but not too much.
I see.
We have, but it's expensive. For example.
Yeah, yeah. I remember it was hard to find some good places when we were there. I mean, they were expensive. I didn't expect, and I made a huge mistake. I didn't realize that in Uruguay it was supposed to be winter time. I thought it would be
Ah,
summer when I
yeah.
came because it was the different hemispheres. So this is an important thing for when people are traveling. Just make sure. Did you ever have an issue like when you're traveling to another place? You were
No, I check the
you always
temperature
check that.
every- yes,
Okay,
yes,
that's
yes.
good. You know.
But I
Okay.
think that because in Europe, when they speak, they say, well, we will do that for summer. Oh no, summer is for you, but
Yeah.
you are not considering the whole world.
Right.
When it's summer for you, it's winter
It's
for me.
winter for you. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it was great to have you here. I don't want to keep you more. You probably have to go back in the playing area. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. I hope we'll see you soon. Thank you. Okay, guys. I hope you got some of your questions answered, and it was good. I'm very nervous in taking interviews. I gotta practice on that a little bit more. I gotta admit, I totally forgot her last name, so I just said I need to check. I just need to tell you guys what was the name, because I felt really bad. Sabrina San Vicente, that was her name. I didn't remember her name. I hope she doesn't see the video of this, because I'll feel so embarrassed. I just knew it's Sabrina, but that was it. And I know I played her husband. Her husband's name is and the bad thing is that I've opened this differently. So 1 second, guys. I will check her husband's name and I will let you know. I believe I saw GM Elshan stopping by. Did I see GM Elshan really stopping by? Rosselli Bernardo. Rosselli Mailhe Bernardo. I definitely played him in Uruguay when I played the Continental Championship. Noir, how are you doing? Oh, Elshan was here for 30 seconds. Oh, well. Sorry about that. Thanks for subscribing, Past Spawn. Thanks for being here. Sorry, when I had an interview, I don't want to just like startle my invited people because they might not be familiar with the stream. So, you know, thanks for being here, Jim Elchan, if you stop by. So, all right. Oh, he just stopped by and left. Okay, now I saw the chat. Funny. Thanks, Passpon, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Where Noir, we should definitely meet. Didn't you say you wanted to meet? Like now I'm in DC and you should definitely. I'll be here till Tuesday. Tuesday I'm going back to Raleigh. Oh, if there's anyone around here and wants to give me a ride back, feel free to do so. But anyways, back to the chat. Yeah. Typical Sabina. Typical Sabina excitement. And what have we missed from the boards? I didn't want to keep the arbiter for too long, because you know she probably has to go back there and make sure that the games are going well, you know, and there's no issues with any of the players, any issues with any of the games, and there's no, you know, cheating going on. I mean, that's a huge thing that a lot of people are talking about lately. What else? Wait, Passpon? Wait, Passpon? You took lessons from me? I don't know. What is your name? I didn't even know I had a student who was watching. Yeah, sure, email me. Okay. You need to email me because I've had like different students. Sometimes I have students that come and go just for a period of time, but I didn't know they were watching the stream. Would you answer my greetings, Sarhani? I'm so sorry. Hi, Sarhani. Sorry if I missed you. Welcome on the stream. Yeah. Sounds good, Roar. Sounds good. All right, Passpon. Weekend videos, what? Any crazy games so far? I don't know. I gotta catch up with them. Wait, why is this thing? Let's just catch up. Let's just catch up. This is the current situation in Bijan's game. If you guys see some crazy games, feel free to let me know. Sorry, my chat is acting out on the... Okay, I got it. I got it set. I got it all set. Let's go. Ilias game. Ilias game? Yes, you can drop me a message. Sure. Oh, okay, now I know who you are. Okay, got it. Yes, please send me a message. I can definitely do that. That's the easiest. I know who you are. Now I know who you are. I'm sorry. I had a... Yeah, now I know who you are. It's been a long time. I hope you're doing okay, Passpon. Just optics. You've missed me. Well, thanks for being here. I'm back to streaming the Cherry Blossom. I'm actually here on location. What's going on here? Ooh, I told you guys there's gonna be some aggressive attacking games, very aggressive attacking games. Your body, Vasif. Okay, we'll go to Vasif too. Actually, it was so funny. I saw Vasif earlier today. We met in the lobby. He had ordered some food, and he was waiting for the food. He's like, I don't know where they delivered it. And I was at the reception, and then he's like, is this my food? This is my food, right? He was so nervous. He didn't know where his food was. And the funny thing is, he ordered from a place that I like a lot. I thought it was funny. Anyways, he's awesome and newlywed. Whom did he get married to? I didn't know he got married. By the way, you have to watch Duda. I did watch Duda versus Carlsen. Also, you guys from that tournament, you should check out the game Wesley saw against Anish Giri. Seriously, you'll thank me later. Okay, but now let's stick to these games. I told you, I love this move. I saw it in this other tournament that I did commentary for. Knight f5. This move is so brilliant because if someone takes and you open up this file, black's gonna be dead very soon here. I promise you. And you know, the only thing is, I really hope Ilya, once he finishes the game, he comes by and talks about it, because it's gonna be interesting to figure out, or to discuss the fact that he has not castled. And I'm definitely gonna ask him, like, man, how do you feel comfortable playing without castling? You know, it's kind of something important. Oh, you're not sure her name? Is she a chess player? Put the game link in the chat. There's a command for that. There's a command for that. What is it? It's in the title. Can you guys check the title? It's schedule, I think live, maybe? Maybe live? No. Oh, I didn't fix that. Oopsie. Don't go on that link. That was for the previous one I did. I didn't fix that one. I'm gonna fix that command. Just give me 1 second, my friends. 1 second. That was the last tournament, and I guess it should be study. Did I let's see. I thought I had, there should be a command, because if there's no command, then that's a problem here. All right, so the live command has been updated. So now if you click live, you should be able to see it. And oh, the game I mentioned with Giri, I can't do that right now because I don't know where, but it's just from the GCT, from the GCT event. I may put it later. And there was another command that I had to fix. I think standings. Well, I don't know. Anyways, hopefully they're fixed. I'll check on the others later. Hopefully Elias carrying his folk stuff toy to the tournament. He usually shows it cases. Oh, okay. Well, I will definitely ask him about that. If you guys have fun facts about some players and you want them here, please do let me know, and I'll ask the organizer to ask them to come by. I mean, they might not come every round, but if they come sometimes, that would be nice. Because, you know, I asked to come here and do commentary, so this is totally like my initiative. I even got the badge, you know, for being here, but yeah, it's kind of nice to be here. So F4, wow, that's surprising. I thought he would go like, oh, he can't go rook G1 just yet, so that's interesting. Plotkin versus Samuelson. Okay, let's go to that game. Which board is that? Which number is that? I don't find that game. Oh, I found it. 18, 17. Ooh, what was this? Some English? English. Transposition into some kind of... Everyone's playing Nimzo Indian kind of style. Urgent basis to prevent knight of 95. I agree. Wow, look at this attack. This is kind of interesting. Can we go crazy with this move or not yet? There will be ideas of 95 sacrifices. I have a feeling there's gonna be some interesting things going on here. And let me get some water, guys. I'll just for a second, let me pick up some water. That's weird. out of all the chairs, I picked the wrong chair. Okay, me back. All right. So what did I miss? King G1, Queen G4, and then G5? Look at that. I told you there'll be sacrifices. You guys got to trust me. You got to trust my intuition for a little bit. Over here for a little bit. I love this move. I love it. He's going to go some F5. Oh, no, he's going to play here. Ooh, that's fancy. Look at that. Can he go directly? Or should he go here first? You didn't want to say it? Well, thinking is good. Thinking is still good. So what's the follow-up for white in this position after this move? I definitely want to know. Because I don't know how good this move is. I don't know if it's good. I mean, I know it looks nice, but I don't know if that's, like, was that the best? Didn't he rush with it? Like, is there really something? Because I don't see it. It looks nice. Got a crushing attack on you? I see, but, like... Your poor Nidorf. Well, this is not Nidorf, but it looks like it resembles a Nidorf, I guess. Through transposition, I guess it got into a Nidorf. I don't think he has a mate. Like, what is he doing? He just went for a sacrifice without calculating? That's not... Knight f5, bishop f8 forced. Okay, and then what? Like queen c3, right? And like, is f6 a move? May I play f6? Miki DNA, hi there, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. You're currently watching commentary and random guests are showing up from time to time to time, just so you know, so you can be ready and prepped and everything. I don't know who they are sometimes, so please give me a second. I'll let you know once they go. They go. Oh my goodness. I'm liking black here. I think black is fine. I don't know what is going on here. I think black is winning. Isn't black winning in this position? Like, seriously now. I don't know the eval. My brain is too fried to see winning life. Exactly. I don't see one either. Let's put the engine. Oh, it says -7. It says -7. No matter what you play, -7. Oh my god, -7. It's very complicated. Yeah, very complicated. For the engine, it's just -7. For us, it's very complicated. Oh my god. Maybe there's something better here. Come on, let's put our brains to work. It's actually really cold here, so it's good. It's gonna keep my brain not getting too warm, you know? I forgot to get my jacket. Seriously. E5? But what's the point? I mean, you're trying to open up the F file? Maybe. So the point would be like if I take, you know, but someone played these kind of stuff and that's just a check and then I go there and then you're done. You done? Oh no, you're not done because you're opening up this. Okay, you got a point maybe. But I got this check. I don't even know if my analysis is decent. It's probably very bad. Okay, let's go back. Here. No, I don't do that. That's silly. I won't let you. I just totally forgot that I'm opening up that. Maybe I go rook f8 to defend. You'll get your chips and salsa. Good point. Yeah, I should look at some. Oh. Well, check this out. He actually wanted to capture. Okay, so the guy's gonna just move the bishop back, and then, like, what? Then what? Because we already saw this ain't nothing. That's restricted. And then, for example, if you go like here or whatever, there's bishop g7. There's nothing. I guess it's just a positional sacrifice. You'll get that, you'll get this, you'll get this, but I don't know. This does not look very safe. It's not looking safe at all. What other games do we have that we can look at that are important? What about Yeshish Yash Jayesh Lada against Grandmaster John Burke? This looks like a fun Sicilian. What kind of Sicilian was it? Ooh, Najdorf. Najdorf. Okay, King B1. I think this is still theory, probably. Like, they're both playing so fast. I don't even know to check. I don't even need to go and check if this is theory, because the players have played it so fast that, you know, you just like, okay, got it. Following some mainline for sure. Look at their times. Okay, I think I've seen this recently quite a lot. Bishop e3, d3. Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this. Queen goes back. Queen e5. I think this is kind of a drawish kind of line. I don't know why this reminds me of some game, like their ideas with the queen coming in, but the queen doesn't do anything because you can go bishop b7. And I don't know if you have sacrifices or anything. Feels like Kasparov Najdorf. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like something. Something unpleasant. But unpleasant for whom? How would you evaluate this position? I'd say white is better, but I just don't know. Like, I can't go there yet because I got, or maybe I could, but I definitely need to do something about this pawn. Black bishops are very active. They are indeed, but isn't this knight coming to d4 and just chasing it away, and then maybe I'll have sacks, or I can play like c4, and I guess this bishop is active, but I've seen a game recently. Oh, I remember, I've seen this game from this other tournament I did commentary on. Yeah, but dynamic equilibrium. I don't know. I'm liking this position for white. This is my take about this position. B6 soft makes me uncomfortable as black. Yeah, I mean, he castle long, but I think this is how the line is, right? Isn't that the way the line is? It's a typical, like, long castle. The engine says a4. Wow, in this position? That is surprising. I don't know that I would play a4 here with white, but it does look actually interesting because it opens up the bishop. You were thinking a4 in this position? Okay. Yeah, it looks nice. It does look nice. The e6, b5, bishop e7 without a knight looks a bit sus. I wonder if we could bring in the knight. Usually you have a knight to c5 or b6, c4. Yeah, you do have a knight. Okay, we'll catch back up with this game. I want to see the attack that white is gonna lead. Ooh, this looks scary as well. Kanin, I know is a strong IM, and let's see. I like these Nimzo positions. I know white gets quite some attacks in general here. So king f1 is nice because now this knight is badly placed and we got both bishops looking at the king and the queen coming in as well. And if black doesn't get to take their pawn back, which is not so clear that they would, I think this position is going to be very dangerous. I love this e6 move. I think it's a really nice positional and attacking move, because the point is now that white is opening up the bishop, and then we'll get bishop h7, queen coming in, the knight is hanging too, so of course you can't just take with the pawn because your knight is hanging. I know this is hanging too, but like, I don't know how to do this. Like, what do you play here with black? Not to lose material. h6. Kind of had to play that because the pawn is hanging. I guess g6 was the alternative, but that was still an option. At least this has pressure on the knight. But after e6, I think white has such a good position. I love white's position after e6. Thank you all for being here. I do appreciate you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have anyone that you'd like me to try to get to come for, you know, a few minutes and say hi, take us through their game once it's over, please don't hesitate to let me know. You need to let me know in advance because we do have a delay in the transmission of the game, so I do need to make sure that I will get to talk to those people and catch them before they leave. You didn't like e5? Yeah, there was a strange move right there. I mean, this was more natural, of course, but I don't think this was bad. I just thought maybe queen takes, you know, since you gave up the pawn. Obviously, knight f3 is gonna be the move played by white, but, you know, I mean, shouldn't be too bad. You just chase them back and then, you know, develop, I guess. Still similar things, but at least, you know, you don't have a pawn down, the bishop comes there, and if the bishop comes, maybe the knight goes to e7. So there's definitely some kind of things that can happen in that position. Jason Moorfield against Victor Matvishin, another strong grandmaster. We probably should focus on, you know, the positions, the current positions, unless there's some interesting thing that we want to see, because of the interviews, I'm kind of delayed by a lot. It's been already 2 hours of play, actually, in a lot of these games. There's a result already. There's a result in this game between Alperen Kanli against Craig Hilby. Wow, Craig, I think, is 2400, so why did he go for, let's see what happened in this game, Tarash, okay. Okay, this is quite typical, you know, d4, yeah, I know this line. Castle, took the bishop, okay. And what happens? I mean, I wouldn't play Tarash if I were black. I wouldn't play Tarash against a lower rated player, but that's just me. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. you know, when I do commentary, I have to say what I think. So I really hope I'm not offending anyone. My point is not to offend anyone. I'm just a little bit, it's a little bit suspicious to play because it gets into these end games that are quite symmetrical. So it's very hard to play for a win, in my opinion, with the black pieces. Like, look at that, opposite color bishops, and no mistakes almost by white. And I think it's easy play. I think Tarash is easy play from white. You get a very comfortable position with the center, and unless you mess it up, you know, it should be, it's bad, but you know, white got an extra pawn, and of course black is gonna get it eventually, but it's just, I think it's just so much more comfortable to play for white than for black. That's just my opinion. Moving on to another game. Do you guys have like specific? Ooh, Josiah Stearman has just made his GM norm in this tournament. What do we think about this position? The guys see the new courses and get excited about the prep, but never lose sense of objectivity. Yeah. There was a new course on the Tartar? Who had the course on the Tarash? Can I play through Josiah's game? Certainly can. Is there an opening that's interesting to you? Oh, Dominguez, yes, I've seen. Van Forest also? Oh, okay. See, it's hard to catch these kids these days. I mean, they just study everything. Okay, so it was a Nimzo Indian again. Lots of Nimzo Indians. E3. Okay, this is kind of theory still because I played it myself. D5. Yeah, so this move is to try to get the knight, right? You're closing the bishop. And you're trying to get the pawn. So he did get the pawn. This is still theory. This is still theory here. Queen takes e6, trades. Who is better in this position? The knight or the bishop? I don't like the bishop in g3 much. So I definitely would like the knight. Obviously, white does have an extra pawn though, so he does need to find a way to get this bishop into play. F4 does not work, so H4 is probably the way to do it, but even that won't work. This is reminiscent of Capablanca Winter, of course, where the bishop is dead. Actually, Winter Capablanca, better said. But, okay, so he played King G2. Do we like long castle? Okay, so white does come up with H4, but that doesn't do anything to the bishop. So at some point, you need to kind of push F4 or something, hope that black doesn't have control over F4 to get the bishop out, I guess. Why long castle? Well, the king probably he wanted to have it there. It has more flexibility of being there. I don't know. Rook, you want what? Rook d8? No, you want a king d7? Ah, you want to march with the king like this maybe? And go grab those pawns? I guess that was an alternative in this position. You wanted, I mean, that rook can come anytime. I just don't know. I just don't know exactly. I just had to see what he did to kind of have an idea. But what are you doing with the rooks on E and F files? Anyways, if you want to get these pawns, you have to get a rook here. Or you have to get it here. One of them. So it's not going to do anything on those files. Maybe F file, it will do something if you're trying to get this pawn. But I think he's not in a rush to get that pawn. At least it didn't seem like in the game he was in a rush to get it. Because he just... I think if he wanted to get it, he could have played this. But you know, one time actually, I fell for this kind of thing, and you have to be very careful when you're taking such a pawn as protected by the king. There's a small tactical idea. Interference. I lost the game last US Championship, last round in the US Championship. I just completely forgot about an interference move, and yeah, so I guess that doesn't work. I think this is the place for the rooks anyways, casual player. I think that's where he wants to put it anyways. Okay. Whom are we liking here? Yeah, like it's very easy to forget about it. I just don't like how he took, but in the same time, probably if you were to play g4, this pawn would be weak. So because of white's rook placement, it would go there and take it. So that's why he was kind of forced to take here. So white finally succeeded into what they wanted, which is to open that bishop, which is what Winter didn't really manage to do in his game against Kappa. But here... So what stops white from defending that pawn? Knight b2. That's how he's gonna get the pawn back. So even if you go back rook e4 to protect it, knight b7, c4. Knight b2, yeah. Knight b2, c4, yeah. That's what he's gonna do next. So we're lacking black in this position. I think the knight is much better than the bishop. Definitely much better. What's the computer evaluation? 1.4 minus 1.4. So black is doing just great here for now. All right. What other games would you guys want me to go over? Is there someone's game you'd like me to consider looking at? Let's go back to Ilya and see what's been going on there. We haven't come to this game for a while. Yeah, knight b2, casual player, I got you. So he did go for this f4 idea and king f2. He is funny, Ilya, with his way of playing sometimes. Okay. I love his... He's like, I thought he was gonna attack on this side of the board, you know, and then no. No, and then he went here. Victor. Hi there. By Redo Phantom. Or by Redo. What Victor? Victor Matvision? That's the game you want us to go over? Need to be more specific. Which game you want us to go over? Like, didn't like you know, like used to be. Yes, please. Okay, we'll get to the game. Oh my goodness, there's already a result. There's also a result. What? Bijan lost already? Come on, Bijan. Okay, that was a tough game, but still. All right. Okay, let's see what's been going on in this game. Well, this is the French, guys. At least the French pawn structure. I don't think it was the French. It was actually Caro-Kann, based on the way it was played. but you know that these days this becomes like really the pawn structure afterwards switches into a French, and this is nice for black because they got rid of their terrible bishop. So the moves are quite typical. I actually played this line myself with black pieces. Just my opponent kind of let me take the h4 pawn one time, and then I got a good position. So this is interesting. Maybe I'll learn something myself. Let's just flip the board to look at it from black's perspective. Who knows? Maybe one of you plays a caro. So rook d8. So the idea is this move is to place the rook on the same file as the queen. At some point you want to take and go c5. Okay, rook there, bishop b2, knight f8, and... St. Louis Chess Club, oh my god. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Who was streaming? Thanks for the raid. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Women's Grandmaster Sabina Feuchter, and I'm here in DC for the moment for the Analyze Your Games with Dorsa. Well, say hi to Dorsa. Thank you for the raid, Dorsa. And I'm actually kind of doing some kind of analysis, but more like commentary for the 10th Cherry Blossom tournament that takes place in DC. And we're just catching up with some of these very strong players, some of them from St. Louis. So you came at the right place if you guys are fans of Ilya, Nizhnik, Vasif Durarbeli, you know, some of those names might ring a bell. John Burke. I think John is also St. Louis? I thought he was. Anyways, they are playing in this tournament, and yeah, there's some Webster students here. I think they're even from Texas as well. I don't know all of them where they're from, but you guys probably know them better. So, or former students. Anyways, great to have you guys all here. If you I hope you had a wonderful time with Dorsa. She's a great player and coach, so hopefully you had quite a lot of things to learn. Hopefully more from here too. So I love this g5. Actually, this is kind of a way for black to break through, because although this pawn structure instigates or suggests that you should be playing on the queen side because that's the side of the board where you have more space. In fact, in these situations, g5 is the way to go because black hasn't castled, but white has, and this pawn is a weakness. So black takes advantage of this. So thanks. I'm just gonna call you Twiddle. I'm sorry, I can't read that username. It's just too much for me. Thank you. I hope you have a good night. Knight takes g5, knight takes, rook takes, knight f3, rook goes back, and I love this. There's rook is gonna go there, h4 is coming, they're sacrificing ideas, so this is gonna be really, really good. Moon works for easy future, sure, Moon. Okay, Moon. I really enjoy black's position. I think black is doing quite well here. It's not easy for white to actually do something on the queen side because this is really helpful for the rook. And by the way, what I like to tell people, and I started focusing on it much more in my teaching too, is if you imagine this position without specific pieces on the board, like maybe without the queens on the board, for whom do you think is better? And obviously black would love to attack, but it's gonna be kind of hard to imagine this queen can somehow suddenly arrive and attack white's king. So in some situations in the Caro-Kann and some other lines, you are perfectly comfortable to trade the queen if you feel that queen is gonna be annoying to your king. So you have this kind of idea. Even if they trade, the endgame should be fine. Yeah, of course, but like just for a thing to keep in mind, you could trade queens, and you'll be fine. But I definitely think this attack should be very unpleasant for white in this case, in this position. So rook f to c1 was played. I don't know. I made an arrow. That was the move played, and I have I don't see a threat. So as long as you don't see threats, we can certainly go. Like what would you guys play? This or this? Or you just go for the attack? Or maybe neither. Maybe that will be met. You know, this is something that's a little bit scary, because although you like it, this could be a move that you always have to be careful for, because the thing is, if you go back and attack it, if they have f3, they might be able to just this has happened to me. You might be able to think, oh, it's fine, it's safe, blah blah, and no blah blah, no nothing, no safety, no sacrifices, nothing. He's actually defended. And he might hide over there and he might be fine. So he did go for rook d to g8. So this is nice. This is an idea I would go for myself. I think that seems like a nice thing to do. Okay. Well, I think we're already threatening sacrifices right now. Knight takes g3, and then rook takes, and that's gonna be it. So I wonder if white is considering going there, but if they do go there now, this works because you don't have g4. So it's important to keep in mind. So how does he plan to stop the potential sacrifice? Just king h1 maybe. That stops the sacrifices. And what is a good continuation for black in this position? It doesn't seem so easy. I don't know that we actually want to make the sacrifice in g3. Like, it remains to be seen. All right, so he's got some good a good position here, I think. Let's see what happened in this game against, like, from Bijan, because like I said, I know Bijan for a long time. I thought the position was fine. So what happened? He's coming on stream quite a lot as well too. King h1, knight h5 in the other game. What knight h5? You mean knight h4? Knight h4, knight h6? Knight h6, knight g4? Sure, you could do that for sure, but I'm not gonna touch anything, I think. Maybe I'll just move. I just need to protect there and then maybe move my knight or something. So, anyways. Ah, just knight h6. Ah, okay, sure, you could do that. Just knight h6 and h4. That looks nice. It does look like a good idea for black. Okay. I mean, the position is good for black. It's definitely clear. White's bishop is kind of struggling there. Probably he should have gone some bishop c1. Maybe instead of rook here, maybe he should have gone like bishop c1, so the bishop would come into. Oh, he played king f1. What? Durrard Bailey's in trouble? What? Let's check it out. If you guys see any interesting games, please write them into chat. I'll try to catch up with everything, because how? He has a pawn for the exchange. Why did he go for this? Did he blunder or something? I thought he had a good position. I thought the position was fine for what did he mess up? Oh, he stayed pinned here, so I wonder if that could be an issue. He probably thought he will have something on this diagonal instead. Okay. Here, takes. So he went for this himself. He must have forgotten something, because unless he really wanted to sack the exchange. But he has to be careful, because all these players, like even if they have a lower rating, you have to be very careful. Maybe they haven't played for some time, but this is an issue, obviously. And then if you take with the knight, which is what he did, then he lost the exchange. This is not looking good. This is not. So let's see if you guys know. If you guys know what we're talking about. What is your opinion about exchange up? Being an exchange up, what do you need to do? So you have the rook. So you always have to think about what you have on the board, and you have to try to make the position pleasant for those pieces. So in this case, we got rooks, we got an extra rook. So we need to make the position pleasant for those rooks. He's got the knight, so he needs to find an outpost to keep the position locked, of course. Yes, so for the rooks, we need open files. I know it sounds like very basic, but you actually have to do it when you're playing. A lot of people tell me, I didn't know what to do, blah, blah, and I stayed and I did nothing. But if you want to open up a file, because you ain't gonna do anything on the D file, there's nothing on the D file, right? Exchange bishops, yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, sure, if you could do that. I guess you could go bishop f4, bishop there if you really wanted to, but you know, I think you should take care of your rooks first. So you gotta figure out how to open up a file. So you're gonna have some breaks, and you're gonna consider all the breaks possible. This one is a break possible, and it's very unpleasant, so that's the one that you want to do. Yeah. A4, A5, or C5. I like C5 because I think it's more forcing, and it's like right now. I can do it right now, and if you push, I go C6. Maybe? Although maybe I can't go C6 if you push. Wait. Maybe I'm being a little bit over optimistic. But no, I think it should be fine, because like, for example, something like this, or maybe bishop here. And if we get to trade, I mean, yeah, well, giving him another pawn, but maybe our rook gets to be a little bit active over there. I think this would be really good for white. So you really want the activity of your pieces. I think that position was really good for white. I thought black almost had to exchange bishop because, yeah, oh, black. I thought you said that white wants to trade bishops. White is fine with the bishop there. Yeah, it's very unpleasant for sure. Oh no, this does not look good for Vasif. I don't know if he can come back from this. He's got a lot of time, and his opponent doesn't have that much, so that could be a short plus. Sorry guys, I gotta get some kind of snacky because I forgot to get some food with me. I don't know why I forgot to bring anything. I might take a break at some point and get some food. Yeah, but he can't really cement the knight. Like, I don't know how he would do it. How would he do that? Where would he would need to get the knight here? I think. Not e5. c5, knight b3, c6, rook c7. I see. That's an option. And then I might just play here. Or maybe the other rook. Just to be annoying. Take it, please. Free. Oh no, my rook. Yeah, it's not like, maybe here, if you could bring it here, it would be nice, you know? Any over the board, so no, Sarhane. I've been playing really badly. I'm taking a break from playing for now. More content creation and streaming. Oh, you don't think it's terrible on d4? I mean, it's not like it's terrible, but it doesn't help with what you need to do, which is Like, obviously, I think here to do a better job at keeping things locked. I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong because with a knight you needed to be protected by a pawn, you know? Not you don't need the knight to be protected by a piece. I mean, it's fine that's protected by a piece, but it's kind of loose, exactly as Cheslaver mentioned. Yeah. Okay, that's tough. What's been going on in this game? Nothing on the a file just yet. And if he really needs to, he can always play king to g3. Yeah, that's the problem. Black has to find a way to oh, he played bishop g7. c5 was played. Wow. Vasif is playing really fast. I wonder if he typically plays fast or... Hi there, North Carolina Den. Welcome. Oh, bishop g7 is interesting. So he's trying to avoid the back rank, but... Okay, so now if we go c6, he's going there. And if we come here, he might actually be able to take the pawn potentially, although I'm not even sure if that's the case, because if you take... I still want to go for my line. I mean, here or here, wherever you let me. He might have taken his opponent, he might have thought it's like really weak, but he's not really. Oh, he's slow in classical, but look at the time. I mean, you guys could see the times here. He has like 1 hour left, and the time control for this tournament is 1 hour 30 for the entire game with 30 seconds increment from move 1. I think c6 is the way to go here, because yeah, my line, I don't know where the knight would go, but I'm definitely entering on one of those squares. Yeah, obviously Sudarshan, I don't know, like he needs to play faster because he's getting really low on time, so at some point, even if he's winning, he might not have enough time. Also, like, I don't know how it is with everyone, but it is very important not to think about like the ratings of your opponents. Just try to play a good game yourself. Don't look that, oh, they're so strong, because if you are, you might just not choose the right moves and not make the right decisions. But I really wanted to see what happened in this game, because I thought Black was doing okay. Oh, he wasn't. Oh my goodness, Bijan, that's not good. He stayed restricted. Yeah, the problem of Black here is the fact that he doesn't have the dark square bishop, so everything is really weakened. Yeah, bishop d6 is very strong. And now it's just not so much to do. Bishop d6 is very strong. I totally agree. So what was the theory here? Let's see. What does the computer, what does the... So apparently this is a mistake. There are some games placed, but Lichess considers it a mistake. b5 seems fine. a4, c6. c6 dubious, but what did he want to play? b4. Oh, okay. Gives up that pawn, but takes this one, and then that's good for Black. Okay, this is tough, but this is like probably opening preparation because the game lasted didn't last so much. What? Looks like a Shirov game. I guess in a way it does, yeah. It does look like a Shirov game. b4 is a typical Slav defense. It is indeed. Yep. But I mean, c6 is also, so like, you know, he chose one of them. I mean, it shouldn't be lost. Maybe f5 was not ideal. Like, maybe he could have done something better. Like, what exactly is white's threat? Getting the knight towards that square. Oh, maybe that's why he played it, but then this doesn't stop it. So I have the feeling that he realized that the knight is coming on those squares, so he tried to stop it, but that won't do. Maybe you should just pretend like you don't care about the knight getting to those squares, so maybe just like start marching your pawns on this side of the board. Although I think this is not looking good. So maybe c6 is a bigger mistake than the engine actually that analyzed the game actually thought it was. I remember it had a huge influence on me sharing Ciro's analysis in a book called Secrets from Russia. It was an opening monologue that covered a huge variety of openings. His analysis was crazy. Vasif has improved a little. Let's see. Oh, did they play R9? What happened? Oh, his opponent took. No, why he took? He probably didn't realize this is good. Because, like, really, this is kind of forcing. Like, you need to move. Oh, maybe have this move. But, I mean, this is definitely white's going for the... There's big chances to win here, clearly, I think. And maybe this first, and then try to get those pawns. Yeah, white didn't play that. So what about this position? How do we evaluate this position now? See, this is the thing. You don't need to look that you're playing a GM. Just play your game. Just play your game. Play normal chess. Try to make good moves. That's all you need to do, you know? Possibly holding. So how would you want to hold this position? You clearly have a pawn, I can see that. You would want to put your knight in d5 maybe? Like if black manages to get the knight in d5, maybe he has some chances. Otherwise, I think it's just kind of hard. f4 for white. Okay, but this pawn can be easily protected. I think what black wants to do is get his knight here and possibly trade those pawns. If he manages to do that, he should be able to draw. I mean, not really forever, it takes a few moves, but I think it's somewhat doable. But white has ideas too, like if at some point they can take him b6 maybe somehow and win that. Yeah, I mean, you have to think of ideas and then you'll try to figure out how to make them work, you know? That's the problem. I am doing more commentary, WM Hendrix. I did mention that on stream. I guess maybe you weren't there when I mentioned it. What files the rook belong on? Right now, there are not so many weaknesses, so... Wait, he's trying to hold on to the knight here? I'm not sure that's a good idea. Wait, why didn't he move it? He couldn't move the knight? Knight f5? Like, my plan was to get the knight there, right? So I would have started like this. He went rook d7 instead. Does white have time for h3? For what h3? Maybe more like f3 or f4 or g4. I don't know. I think this knight should not be allowed there. I mean, I said it 10 times. Sorry, I wish I could play g4, but I can't. high again. Just to avoid back rank tactics. A4. Yeah, he does need to do something. No, but this is not this is not the typical like endgame position. This is like a scary kind of position, you know? Because you got an exchange down and you need to kind of play it for to save yourself in a way, but like I just don't see an improvement enough for white that the C pawn is gone. it is a scary position. You don't think it's not a scary position because you need to draw it? Like, yeah, I didn't mean it like that, but okay, I guess that's how it came out. I should have thought about it a little bit more when I said it. You'd be shaking as white? Nah. You don't really have any way to lose here unless, I don't know, you just sit, you just go king h1, king g1. But, I mean, nobody's gonna do that, right? So, he played king f1, so I guess he does want to play g4. b5 was played immediately. Really, Vasif is just playing on yeah, is just trying to get his opponent to think more, because he noticed this is a strength that GMs have compared to other players, you know, like he's just trying to take advantage of. Don't play rook b4, yeah. Don't play rook b4, because then it's definitely a draw. Unless you want to make a draw. He played rook c3. Okay, but like he's just playing so fast so that his opponent doesn't have time to figure out a good plan. But okay, so I guess Vasif has a different idea in mind, different than I thought. I thought to bring the knight there. He's pushed this pawn. So he's probably thinking something like this. Now, I'm not sure if that's necessarily really good, but in a way, he could even play for a win if his opponent keeps thinking so much, you know? But anyways, let's look at some other games too. I think there's some other interesting games. I know I've focused on that game a lot. Oh my god, the king made it to g3. I thought he would. I was really hoping for an attack, but I just had the feeling it might not be one, you know, but I didn't want to say it because, you know, I was just trying to get you guys excited about a position where there will be a crashing attack, but it looks like no. Not in that one. We've seen this one. We'll have to wait for more moves. This was John Burke's game, that Najdorf, where white is a pawn up. And the rook is active. Okay, I guess you have the open, but if you take here... Justice Williams against Tyson Brady. Let's see. Pretty sure I played against Tyson. Justice has just made one GM norm, I believe, or something. Do you try to bank a certain amount of time on your clock before entering an endgame? I mean, I think it's easier said than done. Of course, you would like to have time left when you get to an endgame, but depending on how your position was and if you're familiar with it or not, sometimes you just can't. You just simply cannot, because you need to spend the time about the various moves and threats and everything. So I think it isn't easy. I think it isn't easy. Tyson has a GM norm? No, Justice Williams, I thought. I could be wrong. I thought he had the GM norm. Or maybe he's just going for the GM title. But Black is the one putting pressure on an attack here, though. Was this a King's Indian? Yeah, King's Indian. Okay. So White's got something over on that side. He opened the A and B files, but now he has to be careful because, I don't know. Yeah, no, you definitely want to leave yourself a little bit more time if you can. It would be nice to leave yourself a little bit more time. That's for sure. It's getting cold in here, guys. I might take a tiny bit of a break. I mean, I'll be here. I'll try to see if I can make myself some tea. Anyway? Yeah. Yes, I can. But how do I do this? I'm still here. Not sure if this was the right thing to do. Guys, I'm still here. I'm just making myself some tea and just getting very cold. But I can at least try. Okay, tea is brewing. That's a good thing. That is a very good thing. I'm back. I am back. BRB. Okay. All right. Well, I'm here. Let me get this then. Okay. Apparently you had to press the button twice on that machine to get yourself some water, to get myself some water. Not much has changed in this position since we left off. MD Knight. Weren't you following me before? Thanks for following again. Or maybe first time. I don't know why that username seems known. Who else is playing in this tournament? Ooh, Joshua Altman. I did play this kid. Well, he's not a kid anymore. I got really lucky against him. I got very lucky. I was supposed to lose that game. I was totally lost. It was earlier this year in Philadelphia. This position looks really locked. All right, thanks, North Carolina, Dan. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for stopping by. Let's get some tea. We got our peppermint tea and we're ready to come back to some commentary. What's happening in this game? Safal Bora against Josh. Are we liking white or black in this position? Obviously, Josh is unfortunately struggling with the time. But yeah, I'm not really liking his position. I think he's a little bit too passive. And White's definitely got more space. This gives me some Capablanca tray ball vibes. So I'm not sure what would be a good plan here for white, for black in this position, because I don't think breaking with f6 is really a wise idea. Kappa vibes are good vibes. Yeah, they're good for white though. Obviously it's, yeah, kind of tough in this position for black, I would say. I do know Joshua, so I hope he does well in this tournament, because I've seen him take part in a lot of tournaments, and yeah, like I said, I played him and I got unlucky, so hopefully, you know, he gets lucky here in some games. Who else is playing in the tournament? No other results, which is actually quite surprising. White looks like he's crushing here. We actually thought he was crushing after that e6 move, when white played e6 over here a few moves ago. So black found a little bit of defensive mechanisms, but I don't think they were enough to really hold on to the position. I think we're liking white here. And I don't see any counter. Oh, I guess if I go queen h5, this pawn is hanging. Maybe h4? What you guys thinking about this move? Is that something that we can do? Yeah, I just wanna mate. You see, the problem is if you're not careful, I think at the end there's this. But it could be wrong. So you're saying this works? Oopsie, definitely not that one. So you're saying this works? I haven't quite calculated till the end. I just didn't want to allow black's queen to get any kind of activity over here. So obviously, if it doesn't, then we should be fine. But yeah, you're getting that, but then that's a check, obviously, but maybe this? And trying to get the bishop? I mean, I guess you could take. But then we got maybe this. You see, if you're not careful, you can fall for some small tactical ideas of blacks, you know? Oh my goodness, Ben! Thank you so much. Thanks again for the ride. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh. Ben and Karen. I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone. Welcome raiders. Moments Grandmaster Sabina Feuchter, and we are doing commentary for the Cherry Blossom Open that takes place in DC, in Washington DC, and it's exciting to be here. I'm actually on location, so I'm hoping some of the players once they finish their games, will actually come and, you know, get to talk to me a little bit about their games. I'm hoping that, at least, but we'll see. I hope you guys had a wonderful stream. And welcome everyone. There's some very strong grandmasters playing in this tournament. It's actually at its 10th edition. I used to play, I mean, I played it a few times myself, but you know, lately I need to get the chance to train more on chess before I play more tournament. At least that's what I've promised myself that I would do. This is the current position, by the way, in this game. So until that happens, and I know Ben talks about this a lot, so if you're coming from Ben's stream, you definitely already know about all these things. I love his videos sometimes. I check some snippets of it and I'm like, he's so right. He's so right about it. Anyways, but but for now I'm doing commentary. So there's like Ilya Nizhnik taking part in this tournament, Vasif Durarbeli, who's actually was having a very tough position, potentially was lost earlier, but this should be able to be a draw. So maybe he's gonna be able to save himself in the end of this game. He had a very tough position against his like lower rated opponent, like around here after bishop g7 in this endgame. White decided to trade the bishops and then trade it there. Not pushing that c pawn, I think, was a mistake, because if white had pushed there, this was the line that we discussed earlier. Even if you trade, it's actually really good for white to trade more pieces, get the rook active, because that's what you want to get your rooks activated. And I think white would have been on his way to win, but instead, with the trades that happened, now in this position, the game is probably gonna end in a draw. This is exactly what I suggested would happen, and this is exactly what happened. Those pawns keep the knight restricted, the knight protected, and it's gonna be impossible for white to break through. So the players might end up agreeing on a draw, but there's nothing to be worried about for black anymore. So Vasif might even play for a win. So we said earlier in this position, John Burks was quite balanced. He still has a pawn down, and it's not so clear what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen next? I know black has the bishop pair, but white seems to be enjoying a very comfortable position in my opinion. I don't really see, like, obviously you can take the pawn, but you know, after that, what? If you take, we're not staying on a mate, we have this exit. So we can go maybe rook here and just chill. So this might be a draw, potentially, unless there's going to be a change. This position, I was very excited about this position for white. Personally, if I were white here, I would go h4. We were discussing this earlier, right? So the other idea, if we're giving black some chances to develop some of these pieces, even if they are to give up some material, I really thought this position was totally uncomfortable. I was getting kind of uncomfortable for white, because where do you move the rook now? And then you have to deal with the capture. That pawn might be weak, and this rook is stuck. So I definitely would love to find a way to get that rook into like active. So h4. I wonder what he's considering after this move that he doesn't like. Is he still considering bishop takes e6? Because the idea would be, now he's deflecting the bishop from the control of this square. Oops. And now there's this check. So that might be something. Now we know. Now we know. That's why you always have to think what your opponent wants to do. Hi there, Albatross. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So interesting. Very, very interesting. King F8. Okay, she's got some. Michelle's got some defense resources here. Definitely wants to grab that. What about this sacrifice? What do we think about this sacrifice? And now this move. Would this be different in any way? Maybe not, but we're just testing it out. Probably not. The problem that white is having, hi there, James. The problem that white is having is the king, and I don't know how you can hide it, that you're avoiding stuff. But maybe now that we sacked the bishop, maybe now we can actually go for this line, because now when you go on 7th rank, oh, I gotta be careful for that move. I gotta be careful for that move. Ay, this is looking scary. This is looking scary because like black can just make some move, and then if you're not careful, bam. Okay, so no wonder he's spending some time. I don't know how much time he's spending, but okay, like this was our line. Okay, that was our line. So King F8. Okay, so he, after making this move, he had almost 38 minutes on the clock. Okay, so he's been spending like 12 minutes. 12 minutes in this position. Come on, I think H4 must work. Come on, let's find it. Let's find it. I'm feeling it. I know I'm feeling it. There's no H4 is not good. There's no way that move is not good. Come on. Help me, guys. Help me in the chat. What would you do? What would you do here in this position? Actually, just give me a second also, because I just realized that I may have made a mistake and made this room too cold myself. I thought it was cold by itself, but I think I turned on the I changed the temperature. Maybe it was me. If I get sick, guys, I'm gonna order a sweater. I think I'm gonna order a sweater. So if you guys have any ideas of a good, oh, maybe I should order Ben's. Does Ben have sweaters? Those of you guys who came from Ben's, does he have like merch? I like that, the tooth hurts, that one. I have a friend who bought that one, and he bought a t-shirt, but I want to get a sweater. Does he have sweater merch with that? Those of you guys who came from Ben's stream, do you know? Don't be shy. Write in the chat. Talk to me. I'm feeling lonely. Maybe I shouldn't say that. This is not my, it's not, it's just supposed to have a conversation, chess related. Yeah, my jokes sometimes are terrible. So come on, let's come up with something here. So takes. And then, hi. Yes. All right. Wait, so let's see. I'll let you sit. You can come on this side, I guess. Let me take these things. Your game was live? It was live.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see new games. Okay. I didn't see a result. That's why I was like, okay, so I need to turn on. That's awesome. I should turn on this camera, so I'll be sitting here, and I just realized that I didn't even know that camera zoomed in, but now I did fix it, so. Okay. So I usually don't use Engine, but if you want to use Engine, feel free.
No, I'd rather not.
So you're Theodore?
Yeah.
I'm Sabina, nice to meet you. I don't think, did we ever meet? No, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes,
So
yes,
take
yes.
us through a game.
So I didn't prepare for this. I saw you played this before. So this is the Janowski variation.
So you weren't prepared for Kitons for this game at all, or you just weren't prepared for Janowski?
I only prepared against the King's Indian defense because I thought he'd want to play for a win more than play d5.
Okay.
I thought it would be I think he's played knight f6 a bit more often here, so I thought he wouldn't want to play that solidly. So this is all theory, and I think
Yeah,
that,
I played this line myself. I like it.
yeah. I usually play it with c6 here, but
Instead of a6, yeah, it's more.
no, c6 here.
Ah,
So you don't have the pin. So this is a bit different.
ah, true. But you can go queen c2, right, in this position?
Yeah, this is just another line. This is
Yeah,
also
yeah.
fine.
I like the lines with bishop g5 when you get the chance to take them.
With black.
The bishop. I think I like it with white. I played it with both colors. I prefer white. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it with white. So I thought bishop e6 was the main line. I thought the point of this line was that black hasn't committed the bishop, so you can put it on d6 later. So I think this is actually quite a decent line for black. I've played against it before recently.
If you want, you can come over. I think you're not in the. You're on that computer screen. Okay, I think they'll see it now.
So I was surprised by this. What I thought was is pretty much the same as this line. Exchange variation. But instead, he's played a6. Okay, also, it would be like if I committed to knight f3. So it's like the same position here, with a6 instead of c6. So here,
Which sometimes it can be helpful because they have c5, right?
I thought it was worse. I wasn't thinking about that. I mean, the best way of playing here is usually with knight g2.
Yeah.
But you can play with knight f3 as well. So I thought this would be a better version. I mean, I hadn't seen bishop e7 before, so I assumed it was just a better version. But anyway, I didn't really have much choice because I didn't think this looked very good.
Oh, okay. Here.
I thought about this, but
Is this theory? You can check if you wanna.
I usually, I don't know, how do you,
It's here. Yeah, the book.
so it's been played a lot. Yeah, but I didn't think I had much choice because I didn't think the other line looked very good. Initially, I thought bishop e7 couldn't be very good and I should try to punish it with bishop f6, but
Mm-hmm.
I think e3 has to be right. So yeah, I was just really surprised at how he was playing because I thought e6 wasn't the best objectively, like he's just weakening this pawn.
Right.
It felt very slow as well, like he's playing a6, b6. When you played h6, I was thinking that this was a mistake because at least I could play g4,
Yeah,
g5,
yeah,
and
yeah.
castle long.
I was just thinking about it, but you didn't. You didn't go for it.
No, because I thought after b6 it didn't make as much sense. I thought b6 was
He wants c5, but how is he going to open up that side of the board? So if you go like queen, but where do you place the queen though? Queen b3?
yeah, I don't think I want to play queen b3. Bishop b7. Yeah, I guess that's an idea. It didn't really look right to me.
He will have c5 probably. That will be unpleasant. But if he goes bishop b7, you have bishop f5. I think. So you might. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen people play queen b3 sometimes in these lines, but I don't know if it's really helpful or not. And of course, how are you gonna play g4? Do you go rook g1 or h3?
Maybe
Yeah.
queen b3, bishop b6 actually. So,
Okay, so you just castled. You just went for the normal plans, right? Did you get the chance to put the knight in e5?
yeah, that's what I did. I played
Okay.
knight e5 and f4. So yeah, castles looked better to me because I thought b6 wasn't so good positioning. So he wants to play c5, so it felt like trying to castle long. We're kind of walking into what he wants to do. So I castled.
Yeah, someone is asking if you drew. So yeah, Theodore drew his game against Keaton. So he's taking us through the game. If you guys have any questions for him, feel free to write them in the chat.
So
I'll let you know if they do.
yeah, knight e5. I was probably playing it too slowly. I probably should have just played this quicker. Because it looked good. Because Yeah, again, I didn't really see the logic to his play because it felt like b6 was preparing bishop b7 to some extent.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But then he
mean-
went bishop e6.
I guess he also wants to play c5, but yeah, his play doesn't seem to connect very well. So, because also I think the benefit of a6 is that it's prophylaxis against b4, b5, but when he plays b6, I don't want to play b4, b5 anyway, so this feels now like a wasted tempo as well.
Mhm.
So, I considered playing bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, b4, prophylaxis against c5, but I didn't want to give him two bishops. Now that I look at it, I'm actually like,
Yeah,
anyway with the pin.
I wouldn't do that either. Although maybe you have ideas with e4. Do you? Could you do that? But you wasted a move with bishop h4. You probably would have wanted to do e4.
But I guess this weekend's c7 a bit more now that he's played b6. You didn't think about this during the game.
Takes, knight takes.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't
feel
know
like
if he
this
can.
was,
Can he take in d4?
No, because yeah, he can. Yeah, it didn't feel right to me. I mean, I didn't actually look at e4 during the game here, but I mean, I could play bishop takes e4, but didn't look right. It doesn't look right to me. I guess. I mean, this is probably also good because it's hard for him to play a move for like c6 is feels weakening and rook
Right.
a7 looks bad.
And you could go d5 after maybe. I just it's of course unpleasant to give up the bishop pair. I personally give it more often than I should. So when you suggested it, I just thought, yeah, sure, go for it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can check what the engine says if it's decent or not.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I feel like I have overvalued two bishops in the past. But yeah, I didn't think about e4 here, so that was interesting. Maybe he's kind of, I guess, just concretely this just
Because
exploits
the
this
bishop is in
weak
f6, yeah. So you
Oh, sorry.
oh no, sorry. Yeah, oh, yeah. Just click on one of them and then you'll find the remaining. All right, so you're knight.
So I was really attracted to this because I felt like he could never play knight. Well, he couldn't really play knight b7 because of knight c6. I think it's two bishops. Can you turn the engine off? Or...
Yeah, you can turn it on there. No, it automatically does it. So,
Okay.
but if you want to turn it on and check out some of the moves, it's you just need to click it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't feel like he could really move the knight. So that's why I was very.
So it
attracted
does
to
say
this.
your position is really good. Yeah, I like this knight e5 too. I don't know what that bishop f6 was doing, but okay.
It seems like knight e5 is pretty much the best move.
The bishop in e6 just attracts you to go for f5, f4, f5. I think.
Yeah. So this is normal.
b4.
So apparently f5. Yeah. Not sure. I thought. Yeah, I think I just missed that here. Apparently that was completely winning.
Probably if you go f5, bishop c8, then you go knight e2.
Or bishop f6.
Oh, bishop f6 and takes in d5 directly. Oh.
Yeah, apparently it's just winning.
But wait, what about? Yeah.
If bishop b7, the knight f6 check.
Oh, that's a pity.
Yeah,
That's
this is the
nice
thing
that you-
with analyzing with the engine right after the game.
Yeah, well, they do it automatically. I don't know why it does it like that. So it's kind of like, but you know, did you spend some time here? Did you? Yeah, you spent some. Oh no, you played it kind of fast.
Yeah, I thought about f5 previously, but not in this position. Yeah, because one general idea of the queen on f3 is they actually stop c4 because of the
Mhm.
pin.
Right.
So yeah, I thought b3 looked a bit of a weird move. That's why I spent so much time on it. I felt like I should be playing on the king side, but I thought his idea was c4, so I decided to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I didn't think c4 was that scary. I guess part of it was I wanted to kind of keep his pawn on c5, so I could play rook a c1 to target the pawn.
Mm-hmm.
So he could go here, rook a c1, and then we can move the knight because finally he's not going to get forked on c6 because now it's actually winning exchange rather than just the two bishops at knight bd7.
Mm-hmm.
Although actually probably f5 also wins after knight bd7. But now I've got so much pressure on him. Also in this position a6 is loose, so that's another reason why he can't move the knight. So it felt like it was good.
Yeah. So you basically stopped his counterplay on the queen side, and then you just wanted to go for the attack.
I was going to play it more positionally.
Oh, but he got this trade. Okay.
So yeah, this didn't feel like that good because I take a pawn. Apparently queen g3. I didn't think about that.
Queen g3 and f4 probably. Still this f4 f5 and then knight f4 is probably just giving you a good position.
Well, f5 f6 is a completely winning threat.
No, but if you go queen g3, can he play f5?
Knight g6.
Ah, knight g6.
And also c5 is hanging. So that looks really good. Yeah, apparently that's winning. Yeah, I guess I just forgot to. I mean, I did actually have a slight pause in my thought process, where I was like, "Can I move the queen somewhere else?" But I guess I didn't take it very seriously. I guess I should have done that. So I went a pawn up. I was actually frustrated that I didn't think about queen c2 more, because then I'm putting the pawn on c5 with the queen. But also this keeps tabs on a6, so that's good. Yeah, I was surprised that he played queen takes d7. I thought he was going to play rook takes d7. And then my intention was queen takes a6, which felt greedy. I guess this isn't very good.
What about rook d6, queen rook d6, rook g6?
Yeah, I didn't see that. But I thought in general knight g3 would be okay, but maybe h5.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also he can take in d4 and then maybe move the bishop. And, I mean, depends where you bring the queen back after rook d6.
Yeah, probably d3.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just one idea. It wasn't like I was sat on playing queen takes a6, but in general, because that's what I was talking about earlier, like a6 is loose sits. Once I'm tonight, I'm thinking about grabbing on a6. Because the thing is, I can't play d takes c5 here because the bishop takes g2 isn't my rook. So I really thought he would play rook takes d7, but he quickly played queen takes d7. It was weird. It was like at one point he just played the rest of the game, like a huge part of the game, using like no time essentially with the increment.
I see.
I didn't really know.
He didn't
why.
enter time trouble. I think he used to enter time trouble a lot before, but he doesn't seem to have entered time trouble in this game.
Yeah, it felt like he thought his best chance was to put him into time pressure.
He was trying to get you in time pressure, so he was playing faster, maybe.
Yeah, I did get into time
Yeah,
pressure.
because you did, yeah. But your position should still be slightly, but yeah, not so much.
So I thought this was actually interesting. So I thought this was quite cool that I have rook d4 because if takes. then
Ah, you
c6.
have rook c4. Nice.
Yeah.
And you promote to check. That's the lucky thing.
I actually didn't see that I was quitting with check. I just assumed this was going to be winning. But I guess I was
Well,
right.
no, but otherwise he promotes with check, so.
Yeah.
it's- Yeah.
Winning by 1-7.
Yeah.
Because yeah, this is I mean no good for black. I've got rook c4 at the very least. But it took me a long time to see that. I actually thought this would be a draw, like he would just win the pawn back. Because I also have knight d4 here, but this didn't look as good.
So what do you do if he takes?
When?
No, when knight d4 now?
Yeah, I was looking at this as well. Yeah, just because I thought this was quite awkward for him, because now I'm threatening knight
Knight
f5
f5?
and then knight d6. And then he can't play the bishop to defend f5 because then that would hang the rook. So that was one idea, but I thought rook d1 looked better, so I calculated that rook c4 line and I went for rook d1.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was kind of hoping that he would, in this line, yeah, I was hoping he would go for this line, and then I'm never going to lose, and it doesn't really matter that I'm in time trouble. So I was hoping he was going to simplify.
I see.
Um,
Well, yeah, but you know, he wants to keep more pieces on the board to make it more difficult for you. That's what stronger players usually do.
Yeah, I feel like he also wanted to win.
Yeah, I'm sure he wanted to win, but so did you, right? Because I mean, you were the one who was pressing the whole game,
Yeah,
but he kind of got into some. So he finally took your pawn back now.
yeah, I was trying to win without risking losing, which usually means it's going to be a draw against Nine.
Yeah, that's.
I missed rook c3. I'm surprised that all of these are like pretty much the best moves. I thought rook takes c5, queen d4 was really awkward, and now I'm threatening b4. That was actually, well, yeah, I was thinking about that because you can't play queen e7.
Can he It's too weird to go rook a8.
I'm really surprised it says 0.00 because
What about rook e4?
maybe queen d8. I don't
Queen
know.
h7?
Knight
Or maybe I
g3.
go back. Can I go back to e8?
Yeah,
I don't know.
just to understand the computer evaluation.
Just
Yeah,
to-
because that makes sense.
But you know,
right?
this is not the best. Like, you still have to run the engine to check some of the
It
stuff.
makes sense because rook e4, my queen and knight are hanging. Queen d8, rook e8,
Yeah.
the queen and knight are hanging. So it's just back and forth.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he really should have played that because once he trades queens, I feel like he's just playing for a draw for sure. So he probably missed that. But during the game, this looked very, very awkward for black. So
Yeah, because a lot of his pieces are not really protected.
yeah, I thought him playing f6 was very weakening, but
So even if you have an extra pawn, you can't. The bishop is strong.
yeah, stronger than I thought. I missed rook c2, but I thought this was pretty decent.
Did you
Right.
have to go rook b2 or?
Well, that was my intention when I played rook takes c2.
Oh, because he's gonna take in f3 and something, or
Rook d2, bishop f3. Was the main thing.
no, like just rook somewhere active, c7 or somewhere there, or even c5. Is that
Then
not-
rook a1. Then what? You want
rook
rook
a,
a5?
maybe rook c5? Yeah, I took up rook a5. So if you take, I take, and rook d2, maybe rook a5. I mean, I don't. Just trying to play for.
Yeah, I didn't see rook c5 honestly.
He does have this idea with bishop d3, but I think if you place a knight in e5. And what I like about rook a5 is that he can't trap it with bishop b5 because you have a4, so. There's no mates right now.
Yeah, I really like your suggestion. Just didn't see it. Because rook on a5 is great because it protects my...
Yeah, that's why I tried. Because rook in b2 looks a little bit strange. Like, I understand your point to support your pass pawn, but I think you're restricting it a lot. But
Yeah, I
maybe,
think-
were you able to push b4, a4, b5 something, or he managed to stop
b4,
it?
but then he's got rook a1, and then it stops my a pawn advance.
Oh, okay, now you're stuck, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I was probably a bit scared, or like
Because you're
shocked when he
getting
played
low on
rook
time.
c2, and then once I saw that I could take and get rook b2, because first of all I was thinking rook e2, which looks very ugly, like the rook just does nothing on the e file. I was happy that I saw rook b2 supporting my pawns, so I was probably maybe too happy with that and not looking for the options. Yeah, I really like this actually, because it's funny that he can't play bishop d3 or bishop c6 to stop my pawn, because of the 95 check with the fork. Yeah, it's funny here, because I thought this would be an immediate draw, pretty much, because I calculated this line. So I thought that's what was going to happen. But after knight b1, what was I thinking? Well, first of all, there's actually a new threat, because if he takes on a2 with the rook, I can he takes and f5 hangs. Yeah, I've got a4, that's what I saw. And then you can't take with the rook because b1 hangs.
Okay, that's a nice idea.
So actually, bishop b1 isn't a thing. So first of all, I thought like it was going to be a draw. I just didn't want to risk too much. I was getting no more time. And I thought I had chances. According to the computer, the evaluation just...
Well, yeah,
dropped.
he's just gonna trade everything.
Yeah.
But you had some really really nice game. Like you're pressing for most of it. You probably panicked a little bit and got low on time. And was that affecting you, or you think it affected you at all, or?
Yeah, as I said, I just didn't want to risk too much.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, I guess the main thing was I just, in the game, I missed f5 here. So probably the main thing in general was just missing the options. Like queen g3 I missed, and then rook c5 I missed. I don't know if that was better. We didn't check that with the engine, but
But nice game.
thank you.
So you're coming from England, right? I mean,
That's where I'm
based
from
on your
originally, but-
based on your accent, but I don't know. Do you live in the US or?
Yeah, I live in Florida now.
Oh, I live in Florida. Nice. Okay. You studying there, or you just moved? You moved. May I ask you if you don't want to answer? You don't have to. In
Yeah.
case, because I noticed some of the people were saying like hi or something, but I don't know who they are. I don't know if you know them. So
No. No, I'm doing chess full time. I'm teaching chess in person and online.
Nice.
I'm playing chess, so
Do you have, did you come to this tournament with hopes of with some goals at all? Like, I know sometimes people have goals for tournaments, other times it's just for fun. I mean, not for fun, but I mean, like, do you have hopes of increasing your rating and maybe getting a norm or?
yeah, if I increase my rating, then that means I've done better than expected, so I'm happy with that. Trying to do as much as I can. So I think that was a good start today.
Okay. If anyone wants to reach you, do you have like a school or some place that they can reach you anyhow? If
Yeah,
anyone
they
is
can contact me through our website on theoplays.com. That's my name, first name and last name.
okay, I'll put it on the. I'll put it on. Actually, we can put. You can type it here if you want directly yourself. That way, they'll know.
So thank you very much.
Cool. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you want, feel free to feel free to come back if you want to. And good luck in your next rounds.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. All right. That was a very nice game. I really liked it. It was very spicy. Lots of spicy ideas. Of course, it's kind of tough to play. I know Keaton is a strong player. And I think I played him one time online in some Pro Chess League. But this was a beautiful moment that Theo showed us. It was, where was it? Thank you so much. Where was it? Here. That's a pity about this miss of 92. I really thought this was a nice point, but you know, sometimes when you're playing, you're not sure where you need to stop and think about how to continue. Like, what is it a critical moment? Is it just a position? Is it, you know? So anyways, but I liked having him here. Hopefully we'll have more people joining us. Thanks, casual player. Thank you so much for stopping by to try some new food places. So I stocked up my fridge with some salads. So I think that's what I'm gonna eat, because the tournament takes place in oh, I should stop the other camera because you don't want to see two Sabinas, of course. I forgot. When we have a guest, I need to put that camera, but otherwise we don't need two cameras. So anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, the tournament takes place in this hotel by the airport. So it's kind of hard for me to go too far, but I might try to. So hopefully I'll get the chance to see some people and go with them or something. So, all right. So it looks like Vasif did end up saving that position, like we did before Theo came over. We did see there was heading for a draw. So it looks like the players did agree on a draw in this super, you know, 3 versus 3 rook endgame. That was cool. Actually, before Theo was coming, Theo came to the commentary, I think some of you are saying that I should get some merch that Ben had, like merch, like sweater or something. So I might get a sweater from Ben or Kanti. You're from Kanti's stream? Wait, did Kanti rate me too and I missed it? No, I don't think so. Anyways, if you guys want to follow Theo, just make sure that you check out the link that I asked him to post, so you can read more information about him. Actually, I should probably check it myself. I should save it to check it myself. But if you guys want to get in touch, and if there's anyone you guys want to get in touch with, this is the time to let me know. And I will try to get that information down for you here. Okay, so let's see some other games. I don't know if the arbiters are going to send me anyone else here, if someone wants to join. Ooh, Kanin did win his game. Let's see, what did he play in that position after king f8? h4, he went for it. Wow. Okay, so he did go for that line. Takes. Rook takes h4. Bishop takes e6. Rook h8 check. Bishop g8. What? Wait. What happened here? Oh, so she didn't go for this, but we still hadn't figured out what would have happened if black had taken here. I guess we could have taken, and then like if you do some kind of checkies, somehow we just, oh wait, that's for free. Oops. No, this kind of checky, because it's like crossfire thingy to trade the queens, but I think this position, like, how much extra material does white have? Only a pawn, but it's getting a second one, so this would have been good enough, I think, for white. Okay, but instead of that, g takes h4 was played by Michelle, takes, bishop takes, check. Ooh, look at that, nice sacrifice. And now white is just crushing now, because bishop takes f6, queen takes, and then the rook can take in b7, and that's just really, really good. Okay, nice game by International Master Simon Kanin. I wish he could come by to take us through his game or his thoughts, but I'm not sure how it's gonna be. Who is going to join us? Everyone was told that I'm down here and I'm doing commentary, so I would love to get as many people as possible, but I don't know if some of the players are watching this commentary, then they are welcome to come anytime. They want to kick me out of the stream, that's fine too. They can stay here. Both players are welcome to come together, and then I'll just slide away. But anyways, what else is new? Did any of you on the stream knew Theo at all? I'm just wondering. Nobody. Okay. I think this position is good. This is very good for black. I believe this position is good. What happened? What happened in this game, my friends? Is Leah having a worse position? Black is up a pawn. Like, you can't take, possibly, because this is hanging. Wait, what happened? Did he play knight e3 and miss knight f6? Did he miss knight e4? Wait, guys, help me out. Help me out, please. This is a threat. So he thought he's getting the knight. But then after all of this, his rook is unprotected. What is going on? I don't know what is going on, but I'm liking this position for I definitely am liking this position for white. For black, I mean, sorry, for black. Okay. That would be a shocker if black wins the rook d1 was played. So he just lost a pawn. 97, only move or something. He's going for this one too. Hi there, Remain Confident. How are you doing? Great to see you back on the stream. Long time no see. Well, not that long, but still. Long time. All right. We are liking black. I don't know. That's a king march. That's a scary king march. Like I started envisioning this crazy lines, but I don't think it works. But like if it worked, Like these kind of crazy lines where you take and then like you have like this rook is hanging, there's this check. That would be a mate, but it's not. I guess white can play here and everything is protected, so we don't want to go for that. But like, oh my goodness. I really thought Italia was gonna win this. I thought he was gonna like, he had this attack and everything. My friends, this is scary. This is very scary. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Someone else said motivation is. Ooh. What? Wasn't this that French we're looking at earlier? That we really like for black? Whatever happened? Didn't we like this position? Wait, f6? Wait a second. I thought he was gonna go for some h4 stuff. Wasn't this our plan? And just do this and then something? Okay, he played f6 directly. I know what's white's right. White. Oh, he can't take there because maybe queen h7, but we got rook here. I think this is possible, right? I guess we'll see. What? What? A5? What? I need to study some more chess. I clearly, I don't know. I either forgot all the chess that I knew, or either that, or some of the strong players are not having a good day today because, you know, we've seen some stuff going on, you know, like some draws mostly, not upsets yet, but what is this move? He has to play here. What is he doing on this side of the board? I'm just very much confused. So he lost that pawn. He's helping white a little bit now because white's got the double rooks and everything. And now it doesn't look safe. I'm scared for his life because that's hanging. There's pressure here. The queen can come in. I mean, what is going on? Ouch. Ouch. That's oh my god. We are going to see an upset. This is game over, my friends. Game over. Don't look at the material right now, but even if you do, white is better. But now the rook is hanging, so that's even worse. That is even worse. Oh my goodness, my friends. This ain't looking good. I can tell you that for sure. Wow. Victor has blundered. I'm not sure exactly where, but he has certainly blundered, and this is not going to be good for him. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just not knowing what to say. I'm just... Somebody better call an ambulance. Why? Why? Because I don't know what to say. It's surprising. Sabina doesn't know what to say because she talks 10,000 hours and yeah. Stretch? Yeah, I probably do need stretching. I probably need to go to figure out where a restroom is around here, but I just didn't want to leave you guys alone for too long, so I guess I'll wait a little bit longer until I won't be able to wait. This is very scary. Okay, well, this game we'll bring it. Ooh, look at this attack. How did this come about? Oh, knight f6. Alekhine's block, kind of, or better than that. Actually, I know Navi. I think he was Elshion's student. Against Gergely Kantor. Okay. Wow. Queen come back. Someone's coming? Yeah, who's coming? No, I'm not, but okay. I'll mute you guys for a second. All right, guys, back. I was just trying to find out whom to get for commentary. Oh my goodness, some crazy games are happening here, and very crazy, very crazy attacking games, which I love. You know why? Because I can't play attacking chess. That's why I love them. You always love something you can't have, and then you have it, and then you're like, oh, whatever, attacking, nothing. So that's how you know you enjoy something. Mute conversation, you know, tonight is the night. Tonight is the night for what? You even made me cry for reading that. Like, what do you mean? Tonight is the night for game analysis. Wow. So rook there, f4, takes. Oof, 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 oof. This is looking very nice for white, obviously. You know, I mean, I don't know if I know him exactly, but I know of him. So this is gonna be unfortunate tough loss. Obviously f7 is next, and you know, you might need to sack to do that, and then the rook will be captured, and if you go king h7, you might be able to survive a few more moves, potentially, possibly, maybe. Definitely, maybe, and then I don't know, we can just take the rook, whatever. All right. Oh, the game was over. Rook takes e6. Nice game by Gergely Kantor. I was told more people are gonna come potentially for game analysis, but so this game, oh my goodness, check it. No, this might be a draw. This game might have ended in a draw. He traded queens, man. Nah, why did you trade queens? Why would you trade queens? No, don't trade. Look at this king. You cannot trade queens when you see your opponent with this king. Nizhny could tell you the same thing. Obviously, he's happy that he probably is making a draw now or something, but... Or maybe not, I don't know. Should be a draw. This should be a draw. Wow, this would be a really lucky escape if this happens. This would be a lucky escape. All right, John Burke still has got a pawn down from the opening. Someone was knocking, but I don't know if it was knocking here. By the way, guys, how's my commentary going? Like the internet and everything is going okay? You guys see everything like normally, or do I need to change anything? Please don't hesitate to let me know, because you know, I need to make sure my internet is good, that everything is going according to plan. All right. Jason Moorfield won his game. That was a brilliant game of his. Definitely that a5. a5 was a huge blunder. I told you. I didn't understand that move. I didn't understand why black made that move. And after queen c8, it was resignation because the queen just got in the way. What about here? Daniel Girsch, I remember this kid. Well, he's not a kid anymore. When I played him, he was a kid. I did play against him and we got into an endgame, and I remember I got lucky that I won. Again, lucky because, you know, some of these kids are hard to beat these days. So what do we think? Who's better, the bishop or the knight? I think it's probably going to be equal. The king comes in a little bit. It's going to keep the king restricted. White has all pawns on dark. Should be able to keep... This probably is going to end in a draw. So John Burke, he's probably going to try to hold that position. Daniel Girsch plays against Juraj Druska. I'll have to create another scene for the results too. I need to make sure I do that. And what do we have here? Eustace Williams is defending. He just took there, so I guess there's no mate or something. There's no sacrifices or anything that would lead to anything here. That pawn is unpleasant, so probably we should take it first. Pranav. We have a guest. All right. Got it. Okay. So we have Iskandar Aripov. You wanna come in just a second? Just put this camera so you can maybe pull the chair. I'm just like usually just. Yeah. No, come here because you're gonna have access to the computer and you can. First of all, congratulations. That's a good result.
Yeah.
Did you prepare a lot for today's game?
No.
Because you didn't have that much time, but you knew the players list from before the tournament.
Yeah,
You
I
can
saw the
pick-
players list. I thought I was gonna play someone since I was slightly higher in the top half. I thought I would play someone like the lower half.
Mm-hmm.
But then they got vice or something, so then I got promoted up to Nizhny. I think I played him like a few times in the first round, so it's not my first time playing
I
him.
see. Where you from?
I'm originally from Uzbekistan,
Okay, but you've been living in
but
the
I've
US?
been living in the US for 10 years.
10 years.
or
Okay,
8
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you want to take us through the game or some moments where you thought that it was important in the
Yeah.
game? You can flip the board if it's easier for you.
Okay. Can I turn on analysis?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
So
You can come maybe a little bit closer because you're not in there's the camera. You're on that camera, I'm on that one. All right.
I'm in this one.
No, you're on this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had to put two, it was more comfortable, I thought.
So yeah, last game I played Slav against him. This time I decided to go for Nimsov.
Mm-hmm.
So
He was also a bit crazy with the way he decided to keep the king in the center and have that king march at some point, I thought.
yeah, he tried to play for a win. So and he didn't want. He wanted to do something like extraordinary, I guess, to test me.
I see.
Yeah.
Is this something
Three.
you sometimes play or you try to come up with this at the board? Because I just wasn't sure about your
Yeah,
setup
I was
exactly.
just trying to play like strategically correct.
Mm-hmm.
Just exchanging the bishops and then
Yeah, put your
playing
pawns on
very
the line.
solid. Bishop here, so b3. I mean, if he takes, I take.
Yeah, and then you go e5,
Yeah.
knight e4, yeah,
Or
nice.
b3, queen to 7. So he played g4 to kind of start attack
Mhm.
and maybe prevent me from bishop h3.
Yeah,
If he he castle, I might have played this move.
yeah.
So f4, but at the same time, like he creates like black square weaknesses.
That is true,
So,
yeah. But I
yeah.
thought this game, like when I saw G4, I thought he would have some, like probably had something planned because he was also playing quite fast, and I thought maybe he has some crushing attack plans. But I kind of skipped through the game, so I didn't get the chance to see exactly. I guess he never got really like a crushing attack because you don't have any weaknesses. You didn't push any of those
Yeah.
pawns yet, so.
Computer gives like advantage to him. Interesting. So I play here. H4. H4 is inaccuracy apparently. Now he played knight
Yeah, I think that
f5.
was a nice move that he played knight f5. I don't know. Did you feel uncomfortable at all when he played that move or no?
No, I mean it's probably expected for knight d7 because then I threaten to like exchange knights here now, play queen f6 or something. So that's why he plays knight f5, and then I have to prevent knight d5 coming.
Yeah. So that's a natural, yeah.
f4. So now I have to like open this line, create a weakness for him. So I play 5, king f2, a4. b1 takes, queen f6. Just getting out of the e line, and then he would e1 and play probably knight d5 too. So I had to move my queen out. But then he moves here, like it's unpleasant, this weakness on c7. So I just drop back. Okay, so they play h5, h6, bishop 3.
Yeah, I thought he didn't have any attack, and then you got some really good counterplay on the queen side. He probably missed in a few moves. You had that.
Yeah, I
to get the
mean,
pawn.
he have open line on g and for my king, but his king is also like not in safety. So I have to create some counterplay.
Right.
So
Yeah, I like how you double, and
so
I was
just
I was
double
thinking
here.
about that idea because his king in f2 is just strangely placed. So the rook, now you have queen h4 too. He cannot just go rook g1.
Yeah.
So
So
it starts
a1.
being a little bit unpleasant for white. That bishop in f3 doesn't do so much.
So then he just decided to exchange and put his king more like safety. So then I start harassing his pawns here. King e5, queen c3, just drop back, see what he does. And I played too slowly at the end. I had 10 minutes against 46. Could have played much faster. d1.
He did blunder at some point, like
Yeah.
like if you play these moves seemed natural, like you wanted to trade some pieces.
Yeah, just like moving around, see
Yeah.
what he does. So now I try to just maneuver with knights, but knight e3 seem a little like
Yeah, I
inaccuracy.
thought he missed. Did you talk to him after the game at all? Did he?
No,
did
he was too upset.
Oh, he was upset. Yeah, it's kind of tough sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, after the game, especially if there's a big rating difference. And
Oh, so b5 was a big mistake.
yeah. It seemed that you had like you were okay. It said -2 at some point. I did check it for a second because I couldn't believe that pawn is gone. I moved away from the game, and when I came back, you
Apparently,
had one.
white are fine after knight e5, 4, takes, b1. Can I play queen d4 here? No? Yeah. Queen d4 is cool, so far.
And you can't move the knight because of 97, so you probably have some. Yeah, you have to give up the piece for some. Maybe you can do something different than
That
this line, but-
looks very computer-like.
Yeah, it looks like a
But,
computer-like.
no,
Yeah.
not intuitive
Okay,
at all.
hi. Yeah.
So, but yeah, he played b5, and I should have punished him after that. takes.
Yeah, I thought you were winning, but then I saw the end game. Somehow he got into the end game. You traded queens probably too early.
Let's see what I did wrong. Oh, rook a2 is a mistake, apparently.
You didn't have much time though here.
Yeah, no, I don't have a few minutes. But if I have to play just b6, just more slowly here, I guess he's in trouble.
Yeah, but okay, the engine will keep playing there probably, but yeah, I thought trending into a rook endgame probably he's got his chances after that.
Apparently it's equal.
Yeah, after that it was a draw. I mean, it was equal, so I don't think even if you have a better pawn structure, it seems that he doesn't have
Yeah.
problems because he's active.
So like if you play king d5, I play king d7, and then if he plays f5, oh no, rook b5.
Yeah, you just take it.
Yeah, the key is not to play here, I think. Oh no, it's still a draw. But rook is very bad.
Yeah, it looks very bad.
Yeah, just
So is this
rook.
the highest player that you drew? I mean, the highest best result, or you've beaten some grandmasters before?
In rapid, yes.
In rapid, okay.
Yes, a bit on Ray Robson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I drew many grandmasters. Like it's not the first time I draw a
So
grandmaster.
it's not that big of a thing, but still, Nizhny Q was like close to 2700.
Yeah,
Maybe he
like
even knows.
I drew Atalik before. I drew Ramirez.
Okay,
Many others too. But
nice.
beating grandmasters is much tougher.
It's
challenge.
tough, of course,
Yeah.
but you played a very good game and you had close to like big advantage with the black pieces. That's not an easy thing to do. So it's a good start for you, right?
Yes, it's a good start.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wish you good luck. Thanks so much for
Thank
stopping
you.
by, and
Thank you.
hopefully
you.
more nice wins in the future. Thank you. All right,
Hello.
Jason. Hi. Well, would you like to take us through a game? Like there was a very exciting game. I don't know. Do you want to keep the analysis on or?
I'll put it up for now.
Okay, alright.
It's already got all that.
Yeah, I know, but you can add additional stuff. So you might want to just come closer
yeah.
too, because the
Okay.
the camera is like.
I do not have this complicated a setup when I stream, so.
I tried to, because someone is coming, so I didn't want to stay super close to them. You know.
Well, yeah, it looks very nice. Yeah.
Thanks.
So
Congrats, first of all. Like, it's
Thanks.
great to. I was surprised by your game because I thought you had like a slightly worse position at some point.
I'm certain that I did.
Okay.
So I was also very surprised by the game. So I was actually even surprised by the first move because if you look at this guy in the database, he only plays c5 and e5.
Mm-hmm.
And so I.
Oh, so you were just surprised like from move one. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Did you spend time at all?
Well, I know what I'm gonna play on move 2 because it's my
Yeah, of
main
course,
idea,
of
and
course.
it's like I did not spend that much time because it's a system I'm somewhat familiar with, and my
Mhm.
opponent wasn't as familiar with it, so I was
Mhm.
able to think a lot on their time.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a classic h4 h5 thing. It's although h6 and like queen b6 other moves are technically popular. I've never when I play a GM, they play h5. Their goal, I think, is just they set up a bind in the light
Mhm.
squares. They just outplay me because they have fewer weaknesses.
I actually played this line with black myself, and
Mhm.
it proved like that the h4 pawn that you can lose it easily, or there's this idea with g5 that it seems
Mhm.
like white should still have the advantage, but it's kind of unpleasant, especially with your knight in h2. I thought it was kind of tough too, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
also tough for black to break in too.
Yeah,
As well.
when I play knight h2, I'm like, okay, how long is it going to be till I lose?
I see.
So yeah, queen a5 check is an interesting move order. I guess they don't want the bishop. Well, I've been seeing this more and more often recently because if black plays queen to a5 check, since bishop d2 would meet queen a6.
You can use the
Oh, yeah.
however you want.
Oh, yeah, this works great. And after like this is technically a line, but
Mhm.
white does not have any real advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Just because this bishop on d2 blocks the knight from getting to any of the key squares. So I've been seeing this queen a5 move a lot more often recently. The whole idea is like, if I play knight to d2, then some of the dangerous lines where white plays knight to g2 and knight g3 to combat the knight f5
Mm-hmm.
and open an f file, they're not nearly as good anymore. So-
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. Fortunately, I didn't remember any of those, so I wasn't going to do that anyway. And knight f5, c4.
Oh, if the yeah, there's sometimes a line for black to play queen a6, but still c4 is.
True.
The only
yes.
problem is that you'll stay pinned. I think he didn't do that in the game.
Yeah, I kind of expected black to play queen a6, and that was the only line I really remembered. So
Okay,
I
yeah.
think that's why I ended up
Okay.
playing c4 here.
I see.
So it's like, is there something? I guess there might be something else that white can do here. I'll go ahead and check.
Yeah,
Hold on.
sure.
Yeah, so, okay. So apparently, like, knight b3, queen a6, queen to d1.
Yeah, to avoid just stay pinned, but then what do you do with the dark square bishop? Probably they want to put in g5 or f4. And...
Yeah, probably just lock it here. And assuming black doesn't play bishop e7 first.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's one of those positions that the computer's like, oh yeah, white's slightly better. And then you're actually playing it and you have no idea what to do.
Right. True.
So I figured I'd go for a position that I at least understood a little bit better. So g3, knight d7, b3. And now it's whenever I play this online, black inevitably just castles. They play like rook d8, rook c8.
Yeah.
They somehow manage to play c5 with where this isn't an option,
Right.
and I slowly get outplayed. So I was kind of happy to see them move rook to d8 because, for one thing, it limits black's options substantially. Now they're forced to castle queenside, and they also can't play rook c8 in one move. So taking on d5 later becomes a much more attractive option. Okay, and I was wondering here, like, do I play a normal move or do I just play bishop g2, bishop b2? And I hadn't really faced this before, and it looked bad right now. So I wasn't too concerned about getting the bishop off of this diagonal. But considering that, you know,
Yeah.
the computer's just like, sorry, Jesse,
I
you played
know.
a terrible move. It makes sense.
It's probably because he loves that g5 at some point. I don't know when he did it, but you're taking the bishop from that diagonal potentially. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, and I figured, I was like, I'm trying to figure out this basic, like, do I have to be scared of g5? If that's something I have to be scared of, then of course I'll keep the bishop on c1. But I just misevaluated the position and assumed I don't have to be worried about that.
Right.
It's like, I've got enough resources to defend. I'll just be able to open the center somehow. And of course I didn't calculate exactly how I would open the center, and so I ended up getting in some trouble. And now, of course, here's like, yeah, this is a problem. You need to block it with the knight. And in hindsight, that makes sense. But I still didn't realize I had to be concerned about that. And yeah, just inaccuracy after inaccuracy. That's it. So yeah, c takes d5. It's very interesting how it's just like, oh yeah, you just play king to h2 and rook to g1. Because this idea didn't occur to me at this stage in the game, at least not with the pawn on c4. Because I thought that I was just strictly improving my position by taking on d5, considering that I needed counterplay on the queen
Right,
side if I was going to
right.
get rolled on the king side. However, it is like positionally suspect, so I do get that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of in a way you switch because normally white should play on the king side and black on the queen side, but because of the setup that black has created, it's kind of clear he will attack you there. So yeah, it does make sense. Your move does make sense. I mean, I know it's Angie says that it's not, it's
Right.
not proof somehow, but it does make sense. But I
Yeah.
don't know if there's another way to stop g5 on.
Well, it does make the other move I was considering was c5.
And then
If
yeah, a4 b5 or
Yeah,
something.
with a4 b5. And if my opponent played queen to a6, then if I knew my opponent was going to play queen a6, I would
Yeah,
have played
of
c5.
course. But he's
what
gonna
happens
go
after
back.
queen c7?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the computer just thinks for longer and I'm still in
Yeah.
trouble. Great. Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that automatic analysis is almost never the best, so you still have to check it.
yeah. So queen to d3. I'm just trying to figure out how to fix my king because now I realize, hey, wait a minute, I think I'm actually slightly worse here. So I'd like to figure out a way to get my king safely to f1 without messing up the rest of my position. And the irritating part about it is they always had queen
Yeah,
d5
yeah.
check.
Actually, I was surprised when you did put your king in f1 and then position later. I thought you should put it in h1, but I don't know if it was good or not.
Well, h1 and maybe it's
I thought
just
he had
felt
some sacrifices in g3. I don't know if they were working or not. It seems scary.
I was kind of inviting that because if I'm in a slightly worse position and my opponent has to go for a speculative sacrifice,
Right,
then I'll take it because it's a chance.
right.
So takes, knight f3, rook g6. Hey, good, knight h2 was best.
Yeah,
I was stuck here for a while. I was thinking, do I seriously have to play king h1 and then just play this in knight h2? But realizing that I can actually have that G4 idea,
Yeah, that's a really nice one.
yeah, makes things a whole lot easier. So like FC1, just I don't want if the king reaches A8, I lose. So I kind of have to just
Yeah.
make sure that at least black has to think about their king. So yeah, king F1, and here I was very confused because my opponent thought for almost all their remaining time.
Oh, really? That much they thought here, and they went F6? Oh, okay.
Yes. And after they play F6, I realized, hey, I have to actually have a chance at this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about the sacrifice, but I couldn't come up with anything, so I don't know if I would have done it myself here.
Ah,
This
okay.
position.
This makes sense. So I had calculated knight G3. I didn't calculate rook G3. So the reason I wasn't concerned about knight G3 is after, well, takes, knight F3. I have rook C2, F2 to stabilize a little bit. And I figured even if black is better, I don't see an immediate breakthrough, and he's got to be accurate. Because the queen's completely offside. If the queens are exchanged, then I'm just completely winning.
Right.
And since the only other queen is queen d8, I figure I'm fine. So they've just got to generate an initiative somehow using just these pieces. And I figured that would be a hard enough practical task to be worth going for. Rook takes g3 is a very instructive move, though. Just getting rid of the stronger piece to keep this knight.
Right, but I mean, it's still a rook for 2 pawns, and I don't know how many more he's gonna be able to get. He has bishop g5 and h4, but is it enough? Like after, I don't know. He has. Wait, does he have knight h4 after knight?
After knight f3, there's knight h4, and I'm just
Okay.
losing. And that's I didn't even like look at this. If I saw that and I realized knight f3, knight h4, yeah. I would
Yeah,
be very
that's. I
concerned.
felt that there should be something, but okay. Even after that, even f6 doesn't seem to be too bad, was it? I mean, he loses some of his chances, but
Well, yeah, it's from a practical standpoint though, he's opening up the position with a substantial time disadvantage, making it so now the thing about rook takes g3, if he played rook takes g3 after 10 minutes, 20 minutes left on the clock, I guarantee I would not be here right now because I would have lost this game.
right.
So
I mean, you know, even if you lose and you want to come by, that's okay. Sometimes people don't mind seeing people upset, but I mean, yeah, you should take
yeah,
some
you know,
time.
losing this game is expected. I'm playing almost
Yeah.
400 points up, so this is just surprising. Yeah, after f6 knight f3, I was like looking around for his breakthrough here and then realized I couldn't really find one. So h4 is a good move. G takes h4. Rook g4 seems a little bit odd. And now from a practical standpoint, I guess a4 was the best move. It's a move that I was considering. But honestly here, I still under the playing a grandmaster effect, and I'd like to simplify the position. And I see that if I take on f6.
1 second, I got a raid, if you
Oh.
don't mind.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much, Niger. Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
Thanks
always
for the raid.
nice. It's always nice to get. And she's my friend. Welcome everyone. We're going over a game that Jason here won against the Grandmaster. Jason, I think you
Yeah,
came
I'll
out of
go-
the
I'll go
camera
back
when
in.
I say
Okay,
that. Actually, I could have done it here. I don't know why I did it there.
Okay,
Silly
yeah.
me. But thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream. And yeah, welcome.
Yeah, I think.
Jason's gonna take us through his awesome win against the Grandmaster. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm still under the playing a grandmaster effect, and I'm like, okay, if I take on f6 and play rook c5, I don't see any way forward for black unless I take on h4. Then I'll have a bunch of exchanges. I can maybe play queen h5, and it will be a draw.
Right.
And so I'm happy with that. And I play objectively slightly worse move, taking on f6 followed by rook c5. I see it's like knight h4, rook ac1 is minus 0.2. I only had the frame of reference of being like -2 and almost losing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't really mind that. Knight to d6 was a move I didn't see coming, but it's one that I wasn't too concerned about. Just because if black ever blocked with knight c4, that's the best exchange sacrifice I can get to play.
I see.
I've got like 2 pawns, I've got full material compensation, and they can never take on h4 because of knight e5.
Right.
So I'm not even remotely concerned about that. Knight to e4, yeah, it does say that's best. And it does create counterplay. But this position is very hard to handle with 1 minute on the clock. So rook f8, my opponent played almost instantly, I believe. And now it wants me to play knight e5. But from a human standpoint, this structure is extremely hard to commit to. Unless you see that you can break through immediately.
Right. It's just kind of scary a little bit.
Right, because black's blocked in with the knight on here. They've got perfect outposts for everything. You've committed yourself to having a bad minor piece. You're relying entirely on your dynamic advantages. and I did not want to do that. So rook f8, I play a4.
So you attracted him to play a5 because I thought a5 was a bad move for black, and the engine immediately said that it was really a bad move here, a5 for him, because
Yeah.
he should play on this side of the board, not.
Yeah, in all honesty, I was just trying to get the queen away from c7.
Yeah,
So,
but he would go back to d8, right? Or
well, if they did go back to d8, then at least they've like made their queen less active, and I can consider moves like knight e5 followed by queen b5 check, which wasn't the follow-up that I had before. Because if knight e5 takes knight f5, and I can play queen b5 check, the game's just over.
right.
So yeah, well, black would have to go for some queen i6 stuff, and I'm all right with the queen exchange because I'm a pawn up and slightly more active. So a5 is interesting because here I thought for a little bit that I just had a crushing victory with like a bunch of sacrifices in a row. If I
Yeah,
took on
it is.
a5.
Oh,
The
okay.
thing is, after here,
Okay.
rook b1, it's like
So
queen
what is-
a2. I had rook b7.
Ooh. Does this work?
I thought that it would.
If he takes,
Well, if he takes.
you bring in the
Then-
queen.
Oh, okay. So what I completely, I'm glad that this didn't happen because one thing that I missed was, although I still would be better in this position, was that black's knight is covering d8.
Okay, but the rook in g4 is hanging.
The
so-
rook on g4 is hanging.
Yeah,
so
similar to how it happened in the game. You
Yeah.
also have like, oh no, you don't have knight e5.
Yeah, not here. That would be
Yeah.
that would be an unfortunate ending. However,
But I think, wait, you can go rook c8, queen c6, knight e5, right? In that position? At the end?
well, not here.
Here,
oh,
rook
yeah.
c8, rook c8,
Rook c8, knight.
queen c6, knight e5. No, I guess not.
Because after
I guess
king
not.
to a7, my queen
No
is
more
back.
checks. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like
I
I did
didn't
see a bunch
calculate
of
that
really
far.
cool looking lines here, and I'm like, okay, do I actually have a win? So that's what I spent most of my time calculating. Here it's like, yeah, queen takes e6, bishop e7, and I'm still winning. However, my opponent doesn't have to take. They can go here. And I had rook to b8 planned, but they just have bishop d8,
Yeah, nothing.
and
Not much.
everything is ruined. so that did not work out. I think during the game I was more concerned about like rook takes d4 followed by queen h7 or rook f7. I don't know what I saw here, but I thought that I could aim for better. It's like I'm technically up material in this position, but my pieces are all scrambled. This looks concerning from a distance. And of course, when you see it on the board, especially with +5
Yeah, yeah.
it's like, yeah, I want to aim for this. So I guess I rejected the wrong move for the wrong
That's-
reason. Fantastic.
That's good. Bishop a3 seems so nice and natural because, like, you know, you chase the queen away as you want it, and then you just open up the position, and then, yeah, your bishop is more active too because it wasn't doing much in b2.
Yes.
So you kind of finally found a way to get it out, which
Yeah, I was very happy about that. Because I'm first crestfallen because I can't take here and sacrifice and just win
Right.
in 5 moves. And then okay, so if I take here, I go a5 and then my bishop's activated. And my last piece is in the attack. And positionally, I felt like I'm almost winning here. So good thing I didn't just play, it takes on a5 without calculating. Queen d8, bishop takes b4. And long term, I thought it would be impossible for black to defend this position now that e7 is no longer a refuge. Because it's the time advantage only serves to add to black's problems,
right.
but it's no longer the major thing. So my opponent was very inventive. They're trying to bring their king to safety now, and like king e8. If they can get their king to like at g8 or something, they're probably just relying on their grandmaster
Right,
abilities.
right.
So,
But it was, yeah, you're really nice. Your pieces are really nicely coordinated in this game.
but it's still possible to improve them further. So I
Yeah.
really like this.
Yeah, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean they can't take it because of obviously mate
Yeah.
no one. But the rook is so much better placed on b6. It's surprising. They ended up taking here, and here I could play queen b5 first, but I did like this move because after this I had the follow up that I had finished. I calculated this when I played rook e6, more or less. Actually, here I just calculated this. I only saw knight e6 a couple moves afterwards, but fortunately this rook is hanging.
Yeah.
And the game is still over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
And with a slight advantage of +61.
Yeah, close to mate probably. There's gonna be a mate.
Yeah.
So nice. Is this your highest, strongest Grandmaster you've ever beaten, or?
Almost. I've got a couple of wins against Grandmasters in classical games before. So, my first ever win against a Grandmaster, I think, is still my highest. It was like 2560 FIDE. It was in round one of the 2018 Washington Chess Congress. So also a round one game where
Okay.
I'm playing up. And
Well, you gotta keep it up. You know, you
Yeah.
can't just start with this.
I do have to keep it up, yeah. Because, yeah, last time I beat a Grandmaster in round one, I gained 100 FIDE points. So
Oh
in
wow,
that
that's
tournament,
impressive.
so
That's impressive.
unfortunately, then I had a K factor of 40.
Okay. Why unfortunately? Because you can say,
Well, because it's not now.
okay, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's okay. You can still gain some,
Yeah, you can
quite a
still-
lot.
I can
You
still
just
gain
have to
some.
keep up. What do you do? You have goals for this tournament? Do you have any IM norms?
I do not have any IM norms.
Okay.
I'm going for that. So yeah, my main goal for this tournament is just to do better than I have been doing because
Mm-hmm.
the last tournament I had gained a lot of progress. So I went up to 2300 FIDE after with K40 after two really good tournaments, including that one.
Mm-hmm.
2300 exactly, funnily enough. So it's just good enough for the title. And then I was a bit overrated, so I had tumbled down, and I've been working my way up the hard way recently with K factor of 20. And
So
the
where
most-
are you now? What's your rating right now?
my most recent tournament made me go down from 22 like low 2200s to mid 2100s. So I'm now
Oh.
2150.
I see.
I'm just
Well,
hoping to make
listen,
that gap.
I'm with you there. I used to be close to 2400 and it's been going down. So now I'm taking a break. I'm doing more streaming, and I just yeah, I'm just trying to train more. Training is very important. So
It
you're
is.
definitely going for IM.
I'm hoping for after this. I'm definitely going for
Of
an
course,
IM norm
of course.
because-
You just need to keep your pace. You just make sure you take your time, you know, prepare. And what do you usually do? Are you a student or do you?
Yeah, I'm studying aerospace engineering, so there's
Oh,
not a lot
wow.
of time for chess.
Wow, that's which school do you go to?
University of Virginia.
Okay.
So yeah, not a lot of chess going on there, but there is there is a national master there, so it's yeah. Fingers crossed
Okay.
for maybe there'll be an IM next year.
Yeah, that would be
Joining.
that would be great. And if you're able to combine both chess and are you off? Did you finish your
Yeah,
semester now?
my
or-
semester is over. It's been over for about 2 weeks, so I've been able
Okay.
to do chess for about
That's
2
awesome.
weeks.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, you have a really tough career ahead with
Yeah.
aerospace engineering, but I wish you good luck. And
Thank you.
Good luck here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and
Yeah,
you're welcome
yeah.
anytime.
Yeah, thank you for letting
Thank
me.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, before you go,
Oh, yeah?
do you stream or do you do other
Oh
things?
yeah, I
People-
do. Yeah,
Maybe you can type your
Oh yeah.
so that
Sure.
people can follow you, or
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, sure.
and feel free to give yourself a shout out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
I-
I've
I
joined
ju-
this a little bit. Like last
You've been
year when you were
streaming too?
doing this.
Yeah, because you joined. Cause when I did the tournament, I know you joined a couple of times.
Yeah.
I've seen you a lot of tournaments. I don't think we ever played.
Oh, I don't think
There,
so. No.
Yeah, you probably played Elshan, but not me.
Oh yeah, I played Elton. I got wiped off the board. I think we played once.
Yeah.
You played
But-
some B6 line, and I had no idea how to deal with it.
It happens sometimes. These
Yeah.
grandmasters, you never know what they play. But
Yep.
all right, well, I'll be sure to follow you as well, guys.
Yeah,
If
thank you.
you're be sure to check out. Also, it's chess. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember the username. Sometimes I forget, you know, because I don't do it so much. But be sure to check out Jason and root for him in the in the tournament. And wish you good luck.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
And I hope to be back here.
Yeah, please win some nice games. Even if you draw, you know, some stronger players always. All right, thank you so much. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed Jason's. I should definitely go and make sure I follow him myself, because like I said, I do that, and sometimes I forget when I don't follow people. So I hope you guys go check out his stream. It looks like he's got some stream going, so that is nice to see. So once again, shout out to Chess Classically Inclined, to Jason. He had a brilliantly nice win this first round against a much stronger opponent, and it was nice for him to come you know, get us through his thinking process and everything. Looks like most of the games are actually over. Again, Nigeria, I don't know if you're still here. Welcome everyone who came from her stream. I do appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful evening or morning or wherever you are. So Is this game still being played? It could still be played potentially, but let's do a review of the results from this first round of the 10th edition of this Cherry Blossom Open. I think many of you have been following the event, so hopefully you already know, maybe you already know the results or not, but there's some upsets. Jason definitely brought might have been the only upset with an actual win of a much stronger player. So Jason Moorfield is low rated, but listen, whether you're a strong player or a weak player, don't underestimate or overestimate your opponents. There can still be mistakes, as you can see, and you gotta find your balance to try to play the best you can. So on board one, Ilya Nizhnik was held to a draw by Iskandar Aripov. Iskandar was here earlier. I forgot to ask him if he's coaching or if he's doing something specific. You guys can get in touch if you want to. If there's someone in this tournament that you want to get in touch with and you don't know how, most of the players you probably know how, but in case there's someone, please do let me know and I'll try to get you in contact with them. Vasif Durabeli, actually, I could say he saved the game. Obviously, he's probably not happy about drawing against a lower rated player, but he saved a very tough position. I know we've been looking at this game and it was around here that, actually not there. He lost an exchange, and then it was around here that white could have probably gotten an even bigger advantage by playing c6. Mikhail Antipov did win his game against Bijan Tamasebi. Oh, John Burke drew in the end. That it seemed like it was just going to be a draw with the bishop pair versus the bishop and the knight. So this is another kind of upset. It's not the kind of upset with, loss, but draw is also kind of an upset, I would say. Semen Kanin won against Michel Katarina. We did see this game. It was a nice finish here with I was kind of happy with this h4 move, bringing another piece into the game and trying to make black's king. Jason was just here. He showed us his win against Viktor Matvishin. Gergely Kantor won against Naveen Prabhu. Sofal Bora won against Joshua Altman. Alperen Conley drew against Craig Kilby. We did see this game earlier in our commentary. What other results were there? Ooh, Tyson Brady, he did not come here, but that game looked like it was gonna be a draw. What happened? So we got another upset. Tyson Brady winning against Justice Williams. Okay, so what happened here? Justice blundered rook b7, and then there's gonna be a mate or something. Oh my god, blunders after blunders. Bishop f3 seems like it would have led to a win by black. Now pressure there. Queen h3 is away, knight g3, but black rushed a little bit here, and so did white. Oh, must have failed to see the loss of the queen. And the queen is more powerful here than the rook and the bishop, because with the knight it creates some mating attacks and probably, yeah. Oh, that was a tough loss for Justice as well. I know Justice is probably going for the GM norm and title, of course, so hopefully he's gonna come back from this loss. Josiah Stearman just came back from the Continental Championship, where he qualified for the World Chess Championship. So he just started a tournament with a win. Evan Park won his game against Sam Martin. Bernardo Rosselli Mailhe, who is the husband of Sabrina, who came to earlier the day to talk to us, the arbiter. Anna Sargsyan won against Mary Chu. Theodore also was here with us today. You guys can always, I hope the recording and everything is going fine online, so you guys can go over these games and see, replay some of the interviews that we had. It's my first time interviewing people, so I'm a little bit nervous. Any kind of advice is very welcome, and if you guys write me in the chat too, that will probably help keep me sane. rather than talk to myself forever. So feel free to drop me a note if you're watching. Mark Plotkin drew against Andrew Samuelson, but I thought this game was, yeah, that was a blunder. You guys remember we saw this game a little bit, and then we went away from it. Knight takes f7. All right, so it seems like it kind of went back and forth. And the players traded into an endgame that ended up being a draw. Okay, I see. All right, so this endgame seems to be a draw. Oh, Natalia Zhukova was having a better position against Ken Slate. I did not see Natalia's game. But she went, oh, she didn't have more than a perpetual here. Okay, that's tough. I thought there could be something going on more here, but maybe not. Okay, she probably thought she had a mate, but it was just a perpetual. Okay, it's a good start. You know, sometimes you just want to start with a slower, and then you know you'll get into pace. An important thing in strong tournaments, in open tournaments, is that I think is that you don't lose. You just play your pace. Even if you make some draw, you can come back. Ooh, Sahil won his game against Matthew Godiao. All right, and some draws. All right, you guys can check out all of the results. Let's see if my command works. And pairings. There might still be players who are taking a bye on some of the rounds, so... Oh, this looks like suddenly... But I thought it was kind of drawish. Whatever happened? Wasn't it drawish earlier? Maybe it wasn't drawish. I thought this would end in a draw, but wait, this is wrong corner pawn. White needs to get those 2 pawns and get rid of the king here, but what has he done instead? Here. Black is slowly progressing and the bishop is dominating the knight. Nice exit with the king. I love this exit because the king is coming to get those pawns and the knight won't be able to grab those 2 because black was able to protect them. Okay, so now you can see the power of the bishop because now the knight has to stay and stop the pawn, and there it was. Looks like the result just posted. What a day it was, guys. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I know it wasn't like the usual stuff that I do because we got some, you know, we got some people being interviewed. I try to do that. I try my best, you know. I'm not the best at it, but I tried, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow around 7 p.m. That time I will actually start on time and we'll have more games, and hopefully you guys will be here. I do appreciate all of you. Please, if you haven't done so yet, please hit that follow button. Hitting the button is gonna let you know when I'm gonna go live. You just get a notification, and if you want to be, you know, if you don't want to get emails about it, you know, that's okay. You don't need to. you can just unsubscribe from that. But following does help the streamer, so if you can do that, it is greatly appreciated. Thank you all for being here tonight. I think this kind of wraps up my my day for now here. And I want to send you on a raid. I don't know if you guys have someone in mind that you'd like me to raid. I was thinking to raid chess coach Andras, but looks like he's looking over, maybe he's talking about the GCT. So I'm gonna send you over to him. I appreciate everyone once again. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully, I'll see you back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Around 7 p.m. US Eastern Time for round 2 of the 10th edition of the Cherry Blossom Open. I wish you all a wonderful night. Thank you all. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you, everyone. Let's raid. Might take a few minutes, but let's raid. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye for now.